Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. Good stream was very interesting. Thank you, Chaparak. Oh shit, hold on.
They really were. I know a lot of people really hyped him up because the fact of they're like, oh, most nerds are most gamers are nerds and geeks and stuff, and then they're like, oh, you hear this guy, it's like 6 foot, kind of ripped, and blah blah blah. So a lot of people, I don't know, kind of hyped him up, and would talk about him because they were like, oh, he's like a Giga Chad.
You mean Henry Cavill?
No, Doctor.
No, I like Henry Cavill though.
Yeah, Henry Cavill seems like a bit of a better dude than Doctor Disrespect.
I'm sad Henry Cavill. Okay, I don't know if you've seen all this new Superman stuff. People talking about Superman.
Yeah.
New Superman movies that have all the pictures. I think the costume looks really good, and I think the guy looks good in the suit. Problem is though, they fired Henry Cavill and then got a guy that looks a lot like Henry Cavill, and I'm just like, come on, man.
They're coping. They're coping. They're coping.
Well, it's like what they're doing with The Witcher. They fired him, well, he left The Witcher because he's like, it's getting a little weird. I don't know if I want to continue with this. And then they were just like, fine, we're getting Chris Hemsworth's brother, and we're just gonna make him look a lot like you.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't it canceled though?
Maybe it was because they did a season 3, right? Which was Cavill's last.
They made.
They're combining seasons 4 and 5, I think, to make up for not being able to film it. Something like that. I don't watch the show. So
I thought they already.
We're talking about The Witcher, right?
Yeah.
I watched the first season and then I watched a bit of season 2.
My opinion on, because I watched the first season and a bit of the second.
I thought it was good. I thought the first season was really good.
I'm going to say something weird. I thought the first season was great. However, I think the costume design was god awful. And I'm going to also express that I find that I think the entire production of The Witcher just was a shit show. Based on everything that I've seen so far, based on the fact that Henry Cavill just actively decided to leave, this wasn't a this isn't like a, oh, well, I'm just not getting along with, he chose to leave and didn't really cite any particular reasons other than just it being kind of weird or whatever. I don't know.
Well, he kind of said they were going up the books a lot, and Henry Cavill's a big fan of the books.
Yeah,
and they were trying to fuck with the story too much, and now Henry's like, I don't know if I really like.
They were going to treat the death of, spoilers. They were going to originally make it a joke of Roach dying, of a horse dying, getting killed off, and they were gonna make it a joke, and then it's like, are you fucking kidding me? And ironically, that he was like, can I write this one scene? Can I please? And they're like, you know what? Sure, fine, go ahead. And he wrote, from what people have said, the most single best scene, of the whole season, of Geralt saying goodbye to his friend Roach. And yeah, it shows the quality because that's the only good scene, and then everything else is shit. Everything else is shit.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's it drives me bonkers, and this is why I am so.
Yeah, okay, so Fawn, you are, sorry, I was just reading this. You are right. It's just that, it's doing a 5th season because it pushed 3 is technically it's a 5 episodes and 3 episodes they pushed together, but it's weird. It says it is 3, but it's I don't know. It says it's but up here it says that they're getting ready. Yeah, it says they're getting ready for season 5 up here, renewed for its 5th and final season. So it's, I don't know if they're including the miniseries or whatever, which I heard was god awful.
The blood.
I heard the
bloodlines or blood ties.
Blood origin.
Yeah.
I heard the animated movie was okay. Not great, but I heard it was mid. or they were like because there's that animated movie about I forget his name, his Witcher friend that's like super old, but it was about a young version of him. But yeah, so they are, and yeah, Liam Hemsworth will be the Witcher for like the final season, which is still kind of weird. I'd kind of just be like, at this point, man, just end it.
Yeah, I mean.
Or like,
Yeah, I thought that.
If
Unless they're
I would just
obliged
be like,
to.
give Henry Cavill like a little more creative control, and just do like a movie or something to like end it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like maybe you can get to an agreement where you can do like a final like big goodbye, and then like end it.
I will say that like my favorite / least favorite part of, and the reason why I say the costume design is shite in the fucking first season, is that god awful rope dress. The
Rope
fucking
dress?
rope dress. The
Rope?
paracord
Oh.
dress. They literally just glued paracord to a fucking dress. Oh my god, hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
I was gonna look it up. I was like, a cord dress? I haven't seen.
If you look
Witcher.
up Witcher rope dress, it's the first thing that like it's oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh
Wait, what?
my god.
Wait, what? What?
Like-
What am I looking at? What am I supposed to be looking at? You said rope?
Yennefer's, yeah, rope. Yennefer's rope dress. It's so bad. Here, hold on, chat. I'm gonna.
I don't know. I don't think it looks terrible, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I was like, is this what you're talking about? It doesn't look bad.
Like I don't think it's like.
It looks
Oh.
so lazy.
Oh, no, I see what you're... Okay, I see, like, the frayed ends. Wait, what? No, this is someone else. That's not...
I think it's
No.
weird. I don't think it's like bad though.
It's like
I don't know.
Makes no
it's
Hold on, I
really
want-
lazy. It's really lazy. For character design, like I don't know. It's
Maybe I need to see it in action. Maybe that's it. Because I'm looking at it still photo. It doesn't look bad.
see the thing is, it's one of those things that like it looks fine in like still photos, but when like the whole scene that she's like, it's all I can stare at is just the fact that this is just rope. It's just
Ugh,
rope
oh,
attached to
yeah. Okay, yeah, they did a close... Oh, they did a close-up of it. Yeah, it doesn't look good.
it. No, it looks so lazy.
Oh,
Like,
I
if
see.
you-
I see now. Oh, I see. Okay. She's
If
wearing
you
a
put-
dress, and then there's, like, just intricate ropes around the dress. Okay.
Yeah. And if you put that outfit on like a stage theater production like character, I would not have an issue with it, because like theater is like, first of all, you're not getting close-ups like you are in this shit, and second of all, you'd be shocked at the amount of craftiness that goes into like stage theater. But like this just looks weird in a TV production. Like this looks, it looks so out of place.
Okay,
Okay,
Shadrach.
to be fair, I think what
And then
Girl,
also we
Shadrach.
gotta talk about Geralt's smiley face sword.
Fawn. Don't you realize that they made cheap-looking costumes so it'd be easier for the fans to cosplay?
No, I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that.
well, this is your
No.
this is your Silent Hill 2.
This is my Silent Hill 2.
This is what you're. To be fair, I'm actually looking at a scene. I'm looking at a thing Henry Cavill's wearing, and I think it's way worse than the rope dress.
Let me see.
There are so many things that are like worse in that first season. There are so many fucking bad costumes. There's
I
a
think,
reason that
like-
they completely like season
Excuse
2,
me.
they completely changed the design team for the costumes. Like it was a complete overhaul.
Like
Which is
I
probably
don't know
why
if this is
things-
season 1 or 2, but I don't like what Gerald's wearing.
Ew,
there.
yeah, no.
I think it looks like he
Wait,
took
yeah.
wallpaper and put it on
Yeah.
a costume.
Bless you. Back to lurking. Thank you, Shadrach.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think this is worse than I think the rope dress. I think it's like weird how they made it, and someone said it looks like my buddy in chat said it looks like kind of like a robo suit, but like,
Yeah.
I think on screen it doesn't look like it looks terrible. Like
One of the
if you didn't tell me it was a
compared
dress made
to
out of rope,
Paul's,
if you didn't tell me it was a dress made out of rope, I wouldn't have like said anything, or I wouldn't have noticed probably during the scene.
I didn't notice. Like, I will say it. Like, I didn't notice it first until they started doing close-ups, and they use that dress for a lot, like for a lot. Like it's during like a major part of like the first season, and it felt so out of place, you know. But yes, no, I agree that Geralt's grandma's couch outfit is a little bit weird. It literally looks like a couch that my grandma has or something.
Oh god, looking at it, oh god, looking at it close up, the
Witcher.
rope dress looks so bad.
The Bitcher.
The picture.
The Itcher.
I need to know what. Oh, they added ball sack armor in The Witcher 3. What?
Ball sack
Damage
armor.
ball
What
sack
about
armor?
boob armor?
Oh right, the ball sack armor. Hold on. Here.
This better not be disappointing.
The ball sack armor.
The wrinkly skin.
Wrinkly ball skin armor.
The first one looks terrible. The second one doesn't. The second
The
picture.
second one's
beside
fine.
it is
I'm referring to the first one, the ball sack armor.
Yeah.
Oh, that. I thought you meant
I
actual
thought-
their
when
balls.
you said ball sack armor, I thought it was like armor that went around someone's ball sack. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
same. Yeah, same.
that
I'm
level of detail would
I
actually
want
be
to see
pretty
balls.
impressive
Okay,
in the
hold
show. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Fine, no.
What? What?
No, no.
I'm not
That's what-
googling. I already googled it technically. Way too late. Hold on, let me get you your balls, chat.
Possibly get demonetized and canceled from Twitter.
I said Netflix, you asshole. Oh, sorry. Ignore me.
There. There's your ball sack armor. You happy, chat?
Gaze upon it. Look at it.
What was it?
Look at that.
We were chilling, and I was talking to your girlfriend the one night, Fawn, and I was on call with, I think it's when we watched the end of Eva, but
Gross.
Yeah,
what
sorry,
was
I
she-
just gotta
what was
curb
she
your
saying? She
enthusiasm.
was saying that like in comics, maybe there should be characters with like, what was she saying? She was saying like, she's talking about the whole like,
I'm worried.
pardon?
I'm worried now.
No, she's talking about the whole like, I don't know how to explain, like I don't know exactly how we got to it, but it was the whole thing of like female characters and like comics and stuff like that have like, you know, like the
don't know.
proportions of the character are all weird on girls. You know what I mean? Like they're built like hypersexualized sometimes in comics. So she was saying like maybe we just need characters with like massive like nuts or something to even it out. And I literally just heard her and I said, I got you. And I found this. I remember that. I found this picture of it's Ant-Man with giant testicles. It's fake. It's just all like a big like metal thing. But I sent that to her and she fucking lost it. It was a Conan bit. Like Conan, like the talk show host.
Oh, by the way, speaking of that name, I got to look at the other comics that my grandmother has, and apparently they were her brother's collection, and he had a lot of like Conan the Barbarian and Turok.
I don't know a lot of, other than like the movie, I don't really know a lot of like Conan. Turok's cool though. Turok's like dinosaurs and stuff, so that's fun.
He had Turok, and then, like I said, like a lot of Marvel stuff, but only the one. Like she could only find the one Batman comic, so I don't know which one I read, but I don't think it was that one.
Conan comics are cool. I believe it. I can't believe you. I can't believe the one is destroyed. That one's actually worth a lot if it's in good condition. Sag. It's really nice, but we have my uncle, the one I've talked about before, the rich one. He left all his comic books when he was a kid at my grandma's, and it's now in mine and my dad's house, right?
Right.
And he was like really good with his comics. Like my dad was like, I was not good with mine. A lot of my old ones have damage. But my uncle was like very organized, so his comics were all in like really good condition. and he was really smart when he collected, and he bought like all the big ones. So like we're going through his collection, and we just kept finding like big issues that are like big, important, sick issues. Like he had the entire run of like the Death of Superman, which was like really cool, and like kind of hard. Like the actual Death of Superman isn't hard to get, but like all the stuff around it's hard. So he had all of it, which is like was a bitch to collect, because it literally was like in comics they'll have events that go through multiple series, and that's what it was. So it was like issue 1, so it'd be like every issue in this event was in different books. So it was like there was Superman, Man of Steel, there was Superman Adventures or something, and every one had like a part of the Death of Superman for like 30 books. So you had to collect the 10 latest ones of each series, and he fucking did it. And he had like the whole set. But that was just kind of fun. But then he did like, we found like the wedding of Spider-Man and Mary Jane, if you've ever seen that comic. He had that like super protected and with like a newspaper clipping from when the issue came out, which I assume you guys maybe mildly have heard of that issue of that one.
I think so.
It was very popular. It's when it's literally Spider-Man and Mary Jane finally getting married. Yeah. So he had that, and then he had. It's worth some money if it's in good condition. It is, and it is worth. It's worth a bit. It's actually not worth a ton, as much as you'd think, but it's worth a bit. And then he had. The rarest one he had actually is he had the Death of Green Goblin. Like, you know, like they repeated it in like Spider-Man 1 and a bit in like Amazing Spider-Man. But you know, like Gwen Stacy dies because Spider-Man can't catches her and then snaps her neck.
Yeah.
This is the issue after that where he kills Green Goblin. Not kills him. The Goblin tries to stab Peter with his glider. Peter moves out of the way. The glider stabs Goblin. And like kills him. He had like a reprint of that, but the reprint's worth like $2,000 or something.
Damn.
Which we found out later. Oh, and then he had the first appearance of Venom, too. Or not Venom, but I guess it'd be like the black suit, like Spider-Man's black suit, because it would take a couple issues before it eventually became Venom. And then like my dad's collected a ton of comic books, and I've collected a ton, and we probably have between the three of us, we probably have like a pretty good collection, definitely. Though due to like inflation and COVID and stuff, I haven't been to a comic shop in a while, and I've stopped actively collecting. I can't do it anymore, sadly.
Yeah, it gets hard after a while.
Yeah, and the prices of comics just kept increasing. So like every time I went in, I was just buying less because the prices kept going up.
I was looking at. Sorry, go for it.
So like when I was a kid, like comics were like every comic, unless it was like a trade or something, was like $3. It was $3 a comic, and then it went to $4, and $4 like the average price, I think, still. But if it was any type of so they started doing $4 comics for special event comics. Like if it was like some big important issue or something really cool, they would just add a little extra price to it because fuck you.
Yeah.
And then then comics became $4, and then the special ones became $5. So for $30, I used to be able to get 10 comics. Now I can get like 6. You know, and yeah.
I was looking at the comic that my grandma had, and she showed me the side of the book, right? Or of the comic. And can you guess what the price was on it? Because the price was printed on it.
Was it the one you showed me earlier?
Yep.
Oh, I know. It's 50 cents.
Yeah. 50 cents for a comic.
And and for reference fund, that's a giant size issue.
Yeah.
When I sent it to you, so that would have been jacked slightly. Like the average price of a comic would have been closer to like, I don't know, maybe at minimum like 40 cents. At the high end, maybe like 25, honestly.
You know, speaking of comics, I actually remember. So my brother like stayed with me and my family for like a week or two, and he brought over like these boxes, right? And I was like, okay. And then he's like, I'm gonna leave, and I'm like, okay. He's like, I'm gonna go move in with my girlfriend. I'm like, okay. And he starts packing up all his stuff, and then he has these boxes, and I was like, are you gonna take these boxes? And he's like, no, you keep them. And I'm like, okay. And so I open the boxes, and they're just filled with these old school comic books. And I don't know how old they are. They're old. I just don't know what year. Maybe 80s, 90s. I think some of them might be horror comics, and then a lot of them are like superhero, Superman comics and stuff like that. Yeah, I was thinking about getting them appraised because I honestly don't know, like, if they're worth anything. I just thought that was interesting.
If you ever get some pictures of them, show them to me. I'm just curious, because that sounds sick. But yeah, I would definitely get those. If it's especially, it's horror comics, not horror magazines, right?
Well, one
like, comic books.
Oh, thank you, 007 affiliate, for the follow. I really appreciate it. So, I thank you. So, the first box that I dug through, like, the bigger box was full of superhero comics. And then, you know, big names like Spider-Man, Superman, and stuff like that. And then the other box was full of old school horror comics. Like, the designs are old school. Like, I don't know how to like 70.
Like when you talk about horror comics, are you talking about like, I'm trying to think, are you talking about like, are they like branded like horror movies? Like, is it like Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, or is it like the Tomb of Dracula type stuff?
Comics. Like something like Haunted Thrills?
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So like just
they look kind of old school.
I would look through those, especially because like if any of them are owned by Marvel, ironically, some Marvel superheroes, a lot of them debuted in horror. There's a good bit of Marvel superheroes that debuted in horror comics, and those are worth a lot.
Interesting.
For example, like Groot was originally from a horror comic. He was a tree monster named Groot. And then later they were like, oh, but this is a cool character, we'll use it for something else. But that technically is the first appearance. And hey, Rainfire. Or like Blade. Like Blade the Vampire Killer from Marvel. He was in horror comics. He was originally from like Tomb of Dracula. It was like an old horror series. Man Thing. I think even Morbius. No, Morbius from Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, didn't Morbius have his own horror comic thing?
He probably did, yeah. I think Morbius though originally appeared in Spider-Man, so I think I messed that up. Yeah, he would have, because Sony owns them. But yeah, like a lot of like creepier Marvel characters that do exist in like the superhero world did debut in comics.
He did in the 90s? Oh.
Yeah, Morbius is a newer character. Like Morbius, Venom's a newer character. Harley Quinn is a new character.
It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time. Hold on, let me actually look at the comics.
Yeah, I would definitely. I don't know. Some are probably worth nothing. Some may be worth like I don't know. Even if there's just one in there, it's worth like $300. Might as well take it, right?
Oh, what the fuck? What is this? New 52 Future End. Why is it?
Oh, that's.
Oh, is that Batman?
Is that a 3D?
Beyond? It has Batman Beyond and some guy who looks like a knockoff of Deadpool.
Oh, not Nightwing.
The New 52.
No, if it's
Futures End.
It's one of the Robins,
Sinestro?
right?
Wait, if it's Future's End, is it? That's a new comic that came out. The New 52 was like 2010.
Yeah, these look fairly new.
That would be like, dude, that's like a 5-year-old comic.
What is this?
Future's End had a lot of 3D covers, so those are kind of lost on mine.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Yeah, it does. It does have like different types of covers.
Like if any of them are 3D, it's like if you look at it one way and you look at it another, it's like the image will change.
Some of them are signed. Doug
Yeah, that helps.
Hazelwood? Sorry. I said Hazelwood. It says Doug Hazelwood. I don't know.
What's the comic? Is that the Batman one?
It says The Adventures of Superman by Ordway, Grumet, and Hazelwood.
Oh wait, it's the Adventures of Superman, and then I've met one of those guys actually. It would be because it's Hazelwood, and then it'd be Grumet, Tom Grumet. He's from Saskatchewan actually. He's awesome. I've met him in real life. He's so sick.
Apparently, Superman, Man of Steel, Doomsday, a Doomsday comic, or at least when Doomsday, Doomsday, one of Superman's arch enemies.
Is it an older comic?
It says, I think the year says 93. I could be wrong. It says January 93. This one says December 92. Superman in Action Comics.
Yeah, that was one.
Doomsday. Oh yeah, that's pretty old. Older style drawings. What the fuck? Oh, that scared me. I thought it was out of its packaging.
What the hell? What's the You said there's one from January 93. Is it what type of Superman comic book is that? Like is it like Superman, Man of Steel, and Action Comics?
92. Hold on. It says Superman. Is that the Doomsday one I was talking about? Because there's two Doomsday comics, and one's from January 93, and the other one's December 92. One says Superman in Action Comics, and the other one says Superman, Man of Steel. The Man of Steel, sorry. And these are only up.
Oh yeah, this is this is the stuff that this is leading up to the death of Superman.
Oh, interesting.
That's what you have. Because if you had Superman from 93, just Superman, that would actually be the death issue. That would be the issue where Superman dies.
Ooh.
So you have a lot of stuff surrounding the death of Superman, which is cool.
Well, that's only a couple of comics. There's like a shit ton of comics in this one box, and then I have another large box, also full of fucking comics. Ugh.
Yeah, based on what you've told me, I would 100% either appraise them or just appraise them yourself or something.
There's like, oh god, I don't even want to assume how many are in there. Just a lot.
From the few you described, that's already like a pretty. Those are already some pretty like decent comics.
Yeah,
you've already stated.
I'm actually surprised my brother actually gave them to me. I was like, these look pretty old. Are you? I was like, why did he give these to me? Because I never really expressed like interest in comics. I am interested in comics. I just never expressed it to my family, And like he's just like, I'm just gonna leave these here, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I don't know. These seem kind of old and maybe a little valuable. I don't know why he just left them here.
It's like when my friend in grade 8 gave me like, what was it? Gave me just like 100 fucking Pokemon cards. Because he was like, oh, Pokemon's for like babies, and he just gave me all of these Pokemon cards, and like at least 4 of them, like ungraded, are worth like at least $50 each.
Wow.
I'm like, all right.
You're like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, she going to find the comics? Hush, Shaparak.
The stream has just turned into hearing CJ talk about Superman dying. Yeah.
You're telling me Reaver's been sitting on a gold mine and still only has one monitor? Shut up, Abby. Fuck you.
That's fair.
It's just, to be perfectly honest, I don't trust people being honest with me about something's true value, to be perfectly honest. Because
that's why I would just like, I do your own, just like,
yeah, cause
you know what I mean? Even though it sucks, I would just like go through it yourself.
Yeah, I've watched Pawn Stars, and I've seen like how people can like make you think, oh, the value's only like this much, or they're only willing to like lowball you for how much, and you're like so desperate for money, you take the lowball answer, and then these fucking assholes go to auctions and gets hundreds of thousands of dollars for something that's actually really valuable, and I'm like, wow. What a fucking rip. That's why I'm very wary of like going to appraisers or pawn shops or comic book shops to like get some value out of it, because
my thing is that like if you're gonna get it appraised or whatever, go to a couple different people and say like, hey, how much would you pay for this? And see, one, who's gonna be actually honest with you and who's gonna lowball you. And then with all that information, then also like look online and see what people are doing.
Yeah.
Because
it does also depend of like, what's a way to put it? Depends on if you're selling bulk or individual too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, if you it would be a bitch, but if you sold every issue individually, like you put them all on eBay or something, and just sold them piece by piece, you would get a lot more money than if you did like, if you sell
like
as
a
bulk,
whole.
You have to.
Yeah, I was thinking
You
about like
lower the price to sell in bulk.
I was thinking about like, oh, I kind of need some money to pay bills right now. Maybe I should sell a comic book today.
Yeah, you just. I don't know. If you ever want help going through and appraising them, I'd be interested in helping. I don't.
Yeah, I mean like.
I like looking at old comics. It's awesome. You know where you'll find it's sick.
Do you have that same energy for Pokemon cards?
Oh God, they'd be like 40 years
maybe.
old now. Jeez, God, time flash. It's what, comics in the 90s? They're like 40 years old now.
30. If it came out
30.
in 1990, it'd be 34.
Oh right, 30.
Yeah.
Sorry, overestimated.
After I called my grandma to talk to her about the comics, she was showing me all the old comics. I was like, Grandma, like,
Ordway
I
is a
want
good
you
writer.
to like
Nice.
when you can, just like go to the dollar store or something and get like one of those plastic sleeves that'll fit one of those, and just put them all in individual plastic sleeves, please. Because they're not in great condition.
Yeah, I freaked out for a second because I thought one comic wasn't in a sleeve. I was like, oh my God, it's not in a sleeve. And then I was like, oh wait, it is in a sleeve.
Me and my dad would buy stuff like that because we would buy bulk bag and boards because there was the odd comic shop that wouldn't bag and board them, and we would be like, we would always be like, fuck.
Yeah.
we get mad when comic places. Very few do it, but there is a couple that like when they're selling like old comics, they don't.
Right? It's not the old one in my hometown, right?
I've never been to any comic shop in your hometown, so I couldn't.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you which one to go to then. Well, actually, never mind, because it's not. Okay.
I used to go to a place called Alternate Icons, and they closed down a little bit ago. And then I used to go to a place in Niagara Falls, and they never bagged and board their stuff. But the dude there, the place was like a hoarder's house.
Oh boy.
Like, I kid you not, it was, you could like barely walk in the room. You had to like walk sideways. But because of that, and because of the amount of bulk he had there, everything was like super cheap. And he would just be like, you know, like you could find like amazing stuff, but you just had to look for it, and it was crazy.
Did he do like comics and stuff, or did he do video games too?
No, he did he just did comics. He did like action figures and collectibles and stuff, of course, but like mainly comics.
There was a farmer's market that also had like another section to it that did like not like, they just did other stuff basically. And there was a guy that would literally like buy and sell like old video games, and like he'd give you like $5 per game, but like it didn't matter the game. Like some games he would like play, like you could haggle with him. You could be like, yeah, well, I know this game is worth more than $5, but like he would pay you $5 minimum for like shovelware, basically. So you could, if you had like old fucking, Wii games that you got for Christmas from someone who had no idea what to give you, and it's like, I don't know, fucking um Zoobles on the DS, he'd give you $5. And as a kid, like that was great, especially because depending on the game, like the game that he had, some of the games he would charge less than $5 for. So like he'd buy like, um certain games for like I think it was $5 for Wii games. But like the DS games I think were even less. I don't know. Long story short, like I'd go and I'd trade in like, you know, 3 or 4 games, and he would basically just like trade with me. Like I would give him like 4 games that I played, and then he would give me like 3 or 4 games, the 3 or 4 new games for the Wii that I would just fuck around with, and it would kind of just like rinse repeat. And he was really chill. It was like a young guy. Like I think he was just a bit of a collector, but
we used to have a little. We used to have a thing where I lived. We used to do like a little like, I want to say it's like a little county fair, but it was like super small, and super bad. Like just like the worst. But for the last couple of years I went, I remember this one like collector dude would show up, and he would have like comic books and like a bunch of other stuff. And I was really happy because I showed up one year and he has like all these figures on a table, and I still paid quite a bit for it, but I was still like so happy to have it. He had, it was an original Transformer that he had like sitting there. He did, to be fair, I turned to him like, how much do you want for that? And the guy, okay, so this is for the funny. The guy running the booth wasn't the guy who actually owned all the place. He's like, oh, I'm just watching it for like the hour. But he's like, let me text the guy. I did pay $60 for it, but it was the Transformer was called Metroplex, and he was an old one. He was very popular because he turned into a city in the cartoon. So even for like, he's not big. He's like probably like a foot tall, but for Transformers at the time that was big. So he was like a slightly bigger.
I remember in one of the games, like, how a human would fit in like Optimus Prime's hand. Optimus Prime would fit in Metroplex's hand. That's how like the size difference was.
Yeah. The toy wasn't that big, like, but he had it. It didn't. Metroplex was supposed to come with like a really small Transformer as well, and it never came with that. But it was, he came with his 4 weapons. So he's probably missing some stuff. But he came with like his 4 guns, and he had all the stickers on. He was in really good condition. So I just asked like, so yeah, I just paid him. It was $60, but it's 60 Canadian, so closer to like 50-45 US. But yeah, I was so happy. And on a funnier note, I would keep him on my shelf, and I would he has a chest compartment that opens up where you're supposed to put the little guy that goes in him. I hid my weed in there.
Oh my. Wow. Goodness gracious.
When I was of age, definitely, to be having that stuff. Definitely when it was already legalized. Definitely, it was. I was hiding it in his. Because it was.
I don't know why, but that just reminds me of like. I don't know. Sorry. That just reminded me of this photo I posted on Reddit ages ago. Let me see if I can find it. It was a picture I took of a friend's fucking it was a picture I took of a friend's, like, basically where they were putting their cigarettes. Very cursed. Hold on. I'll find it, but if we want to, like...
Yeah, we'll start the tier list in a sec.
Oh, the strange.
Yeah, okay. This is... maybe I think he's missing some stuff, but this is essentially what I had.
Oh.
Like this is the Metroplex. So now I'm looking at it, he doesn't have... Screw off. He doesn't have these things on his legs, if I remember correctly. These little leg protectors here he was missing. And then yeah, he didn't come
Oh,
with.
what the heck? Hold on.
But yeah, he's not tall. But on the same note though, for Christmas, prior to that, I did get my parents to buy me this Metroplex, which I still have and I love.
Do you still hide stuff in it?
No, I wouldn't hide stuff in this one because his chest compartment was too loose. But in the other one, I would. The small one.
I would have hid stuff in it, but it's too loose.
Yeah, I have this Metroplex, in good condition, in really good condition, and yeah, he goes for like 1,000 now. And this guy's huge though. He is 2.5 feet tall.
Wow, that's a big boy.
So he is quite big. Yeah, he's supposed to be like. This time they were like, okay, we're making a transformer that's a city. He's gonna be a city. Like you're gonna be able to put your actual transformers in him.
Wow.
And I was like, sick.
That's awesome.
And then the original one's like half a foot. Like he's very, very teeny. I put him on a small shelf, and he sat there comfortably. But yeah, he was awesome, and I don't know. I was happy I got him. I gotta turn on. Do we still have the lo-fi witch music in this chat somewhere? There it
I'm
is.
listening to it right now.
Mm-hmm.
He knew your brother knew. Oh my! Your brother pointed to you and was trying to pass down the legacy, and he said, "It's your turn now." Thank you, Chaparak. I feel special.
So, before we start, is there any other ones we picked out last time, Reba, that you want to like go over real quick? Is there anything to add?
Which ones? Wait, what?
Yeah, what did we go over?
Macho Man.
Yeah, we did Macho Man Stops the Apocalypse. We put an S. And then we did we did New Coke, right?
New Coke and Sonic, yeah.
New Coke and Sonic. And then we also do the Titanic,
Yes, yeah.
I think. We did Stones of Pyramids already.
We did Polybius.
Polybius, yeah.
Polybius, yeah.
Did we do the Chupacabra earlier or just recently?
I think we did
I don't remember.
Chupacabra like a stream. Last
We
stream.
We did the Jackalope.
I think.
Yeah, we did the Jackalope, yeah. And the
Yeah.
Dover Demon. There as well. I think that was about it. I think.
We
Wait,
broke
Wait,
our
what was
record
the
for,
what was the
like, most of
apocalypse?
them.
What was the apocalypse one? Because I wasn't here for that.
This one is Macho Man died around 20. You know, like 2012 when the Aztecs predicted the world would end.
Yeah.
Macho Man died the day before, so there's a theory that he fought the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse to save our lives.
Wow. I
in
love
heaven.
that.
And that's why we're still alive today.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So I put it in S
Why
just
is
because it's
that
like a
here?
really fun conspiracy.
Yeah.
It's pretty much canon as far as I'm concerned.
Jeez.
Like until we go to heaven, we can't just, until we go
Only-
to the
only his
afterlife, we
wife
can't just prove
knows.
it. Yeah, we kept
Yeah,
saying only his wife knows. She watched. She watched him.
She's not saying anything. Just keep it.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a joke. I don't know if it was like a joke or it started by someone serious, but it's been a conspiracy theory that's. My dad would tell me about it because it kind of just like it did loops around like 2012 and it happened.
Yeah.
Hmm.
She watched him wrestle the 4 horsemen. Yeah. They started descending and dude, imagine you're sitting there on a crisp, what was it, like Sunday or something. The world's gonna end. You're like, it's a lie. The sky opens up. The 4 like the horses of the apocalypse start running to Earth. Behind him, you see Macho Man.
Yeah.
Fucking attack them in the sky. Dude,
You know what? I don't think I'd be able to say anything.
I think, dude, you have to gripe with the world is about to end. Macho Man, the wrestler from WWE, just saved us. and heaven is real all at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I just checked my phone, and there was a video of a YouTuber who just posted a video, and they said fuck Dr. Disrespect, and I just remembered you guys were talking about that earlier, and I was like, what am I missing here?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Have you heard about the Dr. Disrespect thing?
I heard there were allegations, but that's as far as it's gotten.
He sort of admitted to it. He said
Also,
like
he got fired from his own company, which is pretty.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was like he was texting them with, like a Twitch feature or something, and it got a bit like too far.
Yeah.
But he didn't stop it at that point.
Oh.
Charlie, like Most Critical, was talking about it, and he said, "Holy shit, that's actually shocking." Confirming messaging a minor inappropriately, but saying there wasn't any real intent, is almost verbatim what people used to say to Chris Hansen.
Wow.
And that's what a lot of people were saying. A lot of people, some of the comments under Dr. Disrespect's post is like, "Take a seat," and it's
Take a seat.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I didn't know.
I didn't have the chat box.
so. So again, literally the top comments under Dr. Disrespect's post is, "You and Drake would get along well."
Oh
Editing
god.
bracket minor, in and out of the statement is wild.
Wait, what?
What
What was that last
Oh,
part?
so
they changed
apparently-
individual minor to just individual. With that tweet editor.
They. What? What? From a post?
So what happened
Yeah,
is
the
Dr.
post.
Disrespect did a big post. Basically, people said he got because he got fired from Twitch in like 2020,
Mhm.
right? So someone said to him, so someone got mad at him who used to work for Twitch, and they brought up that he got fired because for like grooming allegations, basically. Which
Yeah.
no one had known at this point. Like no one's talked about it. Why he got fired from Twitch? They just said it was a disagreement, and that no party was legally caught or at fault. And it finds out that basically Dr. Disrespect had gotten caught texting a minor. He said apparently there was no legal action because no pictures had been shared,
What? That's not. What?
but there was
I mean,
intent. Clearly.
just because there weren't pictures doesn't mean like soliciting a minor for that stuff is still illegal. Like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
like,
Well, there
there's
were no
nothing-
pictures. That doesn't mean anything.
He didn't. He can't legally get caught with anything. So that's the problem. Is that like no
Your
legal
Honor,
action
Dr.
can't get taken.
Disrespect was doing a little trolling. Okay.
So that's the thing. Like no legal action. Like
It's
the
just
cops were
ridiculous.
involved, but no legal action can get brought on. Twitch though fired him. Twitch is like, yeah, you're fucking out of here.
And his
Yeah.
own company fired him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he literally the post is the Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be front about. I'm always willing to accept responsibility. That's why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society, and I've made a painful decision collectively to step down. Okay, talk about leaving his company. Everyone's been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but the reason outside of my control I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusation, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whispers messages with an individual? He just says with an individual minor back in 2017. The answer is yes. These were real intentions behind these messages. The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leans too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were showed. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. Went through a lengthy arbitration regarding civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by settlement. Let me be clear: it was not a criminal case against me.
Am I
And no
just
criminal charges have ever been brought against me.
am I just dumb in thinking that being in a very uncomfortable conversation with a minor is illegal? Am I dumb in thinking that?
I
think
don't know what he said.
I think
don't
that's
think that is
pretty
illegal.
illegal. I think that's
I
think it's
illegal to
illegal.
be inappropriate with
Very
a
much
minor.
illegal, but you know.
Like
It's
like so
inappropriate,
many
sure.
so
I think
many
They don't know each
sketchy,
other.
but I think it's sketchy, but something happened where like no company or the law was not able to press him. So whatever it is, like I feel like he barely escaped it, but yeah, he did get around it regardless.
Sus.
Sadly.
Very sus.
Well, you can't hide. You can't hide if you get charged or something, because that goes into like public record.
Yeah.
So people would know.
Wait,
You know what I
wouldn't that
So,
mean the
however
evidence
it
would
worked out-
also, the evidence and the messages would be actual public knowledge?
Yeah, but they can't be released because he's not getting charged.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because he
Fuck.
never got charged.
God damn it.
Hey.
And
j-
apparently,
jumping-
like even Twitch trying to fire him, they weren't even legally allowed to do. So he had basically sued Twitch.
I know.
Do you remember how we were talking about like filthy, disgusting things, or like things to put in, like, what was it, like your weed and your fucking Transformers thing?
What?
I had a
What do you mean
friend.
filthy disgusting? It wasn't disgusting. It was in a sandwich
Sorry,
bag.
it made me think of. It made me think.
It
of
wasn't
filthy,
a
disgusting
sandwich
thing.
bag.
Well, I wasn't
Because-
just putting loose weed in the fucking Transformer.
Yeah, you were. Don't lie.
I wasn't just-
It was properly packaged while I hid it away.
I was using him as a bong.
So I had a friend who had like a broken like GameCube or some shit like that. Basically, I'm just gonna send this picture in the fucking group chat here.
Did you use like the disk space?
No, I'm watching. Don't do that. I'm watching your stream. It's illegal here. It's illegal here.
Did you see that shit?
Oh, that is. I just don't like smoking, so that's gross. But
Oh, that's nasty.
I
Ew! What the
I've had
fuck?
this-
Ew!
I've had this-
Yeah,
That's
this is what I was talking about.
disgusting.
I've had this
Ew.
discussion with people, but like, look in
Some
movies
sticky
and
stuff.
in movies and cartoons, I think smoking is like
When
kind
they-
of cool looking, kind of hot, but in
kinda
real life,
cool.
it is like the most disgusting.
Yeah, like
Right.
Okay, I like.
It's rank.
If you
Look,
smoke,
I grew
I'm
up-
not judging, but
I-
like
I was around people who smoked, so some cigarette smokes doesn't bother me. I'm like, oh, that smells nice, but others smell absolutely disgusting, and I'm like, I'm looking at that
Cigarette-
picture. It makes me think of the most disgusting smell just
Yeah.
looking at it.
cigarette smoke doesn't bother me, but it's like the waste of money mixed with like. just
Oh yeah,
like
horribly
whenever I
expensive.
hear anyone talk about the shit they got to do like to smoke, I'm just like,
Dude,
this sounds terrible. Like there's nothing like
I
you
used-
don't get anything from this. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I used to work
other
for.
than-
I used to work for a customer service job, and we would obviously sell cigarettes, and people would come in early ass in the morning, and the first thing they do is spend $100 to almost $200 on a large giant ass jumbo pack of cigarettes. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And they're like, this is why you don't smoke. They would come almost every week to almost every day because they smoke that much. And it's a fucking expensive habit. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
a lot
Yeah.
of people I know in Canada to save money on cigarettes will get what is referred to as res rockets.
Res rockets?
There's what's the term? There's reserves. The reserve, which is it's the native land. And nothing can get taxed there, and they can sell some stuff a little cheaper. And technically only so a lot of people will go there and you can get smoke super cheap. Super cheap.
Yeah.
And they'll buy like industrial bags of cigarettes.
Yep.
So like my grandma,
You know,
like, wait, I don't know if I want to say that. I don't know. I have family members that like smoke, and that's what they get the cigarettes, or they'll get the cigarettes from someone else who got it from there.
Yeah.
And not to mention, not only is it like, and the problem is not only is it a cigarette, but it's like the lowest quality of cigarette,
ugh.
because that's why they're so cheap. They're made like super basic, like it's not branded. It's not like, but it's just made like in the worst way possible.
Jeez. You know what I just realized? I feel like this is more of a podcast, and we just talk about random shit, honestly. Cause
I
like,
feel like it sometimes.
because like, we've already been here, or at least I've been here for an hour, and we still haven't
is
done
good.
the conspiracy.
I've been here for almost 2 hours.
I'm at 115.
Jeez.
I'm at 140.
just a lot of stuff happened. We just like.
Do you guys just want to
Yeah,
do?
we don't talk for a week, and then we're just like, yeah, we should talk.
Do you
about
guys
what's
just want to do like a
going on.
podcast or something? Because might as well.
Maybe we could eventually. Oh, after this though, I would want to move the day because like I'm moving.
And I'm also working full time this summer, so
Oh boy,
Mm.
definitely. It's something in the future. It doesn't have to be like a
Yeah,
for sure thing.
yeah.
Yes.
I'd
Definitely
like
start
to.
something out.
The procrastination podcast. The
Yeah, see,
procrastination.
the problem is I procrastinate like a motherfucker, so I'd be like, I would be like, I don't know, let's figure out some basics or something.
Yeah.
we'll be like, yeah, like let's do a podcast, and then like 2 years from now, we won't have done anything, and then CJ will be like, hey guys, remember that podcast thing? Do you guys want to start next Friday?
Yeah, and I don't want it to be like that. That's why I'm just like, after this stream, assuming this is the final tier list, I would say like this week we discuss mildly,
Mildly, just a little bit.
mildly, just a little bit of like, I used to do a podcast though, and I know how to get stuff on Spotify. On a side note,
Hmm.
it's actually really easy. It's sick.
Oh,
Interesting.
You can actually like you can use other apps, and the other app will just like. So I did one episode of a podcast. I'll fucking pull it up. One episode, and it did like I think one person listened to it, and I'm like, well, I just gave up.
Ah.
I wonder if I can find it. Maybe Spotify pulled it. I'm curious. Sorry, this is a side note, but I'm curious if it stays.
Don't put your.
I'm gonna pull that over.
Okay.
Continue with Google. Oh wait, I just have Spotify on my PC. Let me pull up Spotify. You guys seem to see my screen, right? Or are
Yeah.
you looking specifically at? Okay.
We're looking at the PC, and then you're looking
Yeah,
at
the
something.
desktop now.
Yeah, it's Neon Genesis in the back.
oh you don't have the other one anymore?
You know, I feel like even
Yeah, what's on the other monitor,
Evangelion.
Fawn? You know that.
This is a hot take. This is a hot take for someone who hasn't seen Evangelion, but I feel like Evangelion's been kind of overhyped to me.
Depends
In
what you're
some
looking
respects,
for.
yeah. It's definitely one of those shows that's like, if you watched it at a certain age, it would like affect you a lot.
And,
You know, like it'd be like, oh, it's the best show ever. Like it's one of them.
yeah.
Because I
It-
watched it like last year, and I was like,
it's really-
this
it's really-
is
it's
cool.
pretty
But,
good.
like,
You're like,
I understand.
you're like,
I
this
think
is
it's just
cool,
really
but I don't
cool.
get it.
It's really cool because like, I guess a good way to put it is like,
If
there's
I
a lot
watched it
like
when I
there's
was-
tons of mech animes out there, right?
Yeah.
But like this one has kind of a serious vibe and more realistic in the sense of like, okay, Eva is like the most realistic and
I was gonna
unrealistic thing.
say
at the same
realistic,
time.
but then I remembered Code Geass has fucking superpowers in it, so never mind. Ignore me.
But that's what it
Ignore
has
me.
like. It is like, because it has like kids, like which most anime have, where it's like all the characters are, like 14, but like from being in the Evas, like it kind of fucks them up, you know, because they're having to like save the world every day,
Yeah.
and like that's.
I
And that's the
mean,
thing, right? Is it's good because it's like
Doesn't Gundam do that too?
a little, but Eva does it in like a pseudo realist. I don't know. It's just it's good.
You mean
I,
like a
I
like
love Eva. I
you
think it's
mean
great.
like the realistic depiction of like putting that kind of strain on a child at an early age.
Yeah, and watching them have like mental breakdown. Like the main character, Shingles, has like a mental breakdown
Shingles.
every episode.
The,
There actually is a-
what he is referencing by saying shingles is something that is fucking hilarious, but he can't say on stream.
Yeah,
Darn. Tell us later.
I'll tell you later. I can say the thing, but I don't know if I should say it on. I can't say it on stream. But yeah,
'Cause it involves
it was
a
someone. It
slur.
was someone. It's the one I can say. It's someone misnaming Shinji, and they call him something Shingles, and it made me laugh. It's so funny. But I just like calling him Shingle sometimes. Yeah, I did one episode of a podcast. It wasn't a podcast though. It was I did. I did 4 like horror stories, and that I like read out, and that's what I did. So that's like so short too. It was fun though, but I got to learn at least like how to make a podcast, and it's really and it made me laugh so much because I heard a lot of people put their podcasts on other apps like SoundCloud and stuff like that.
Mm.
And it is extremely easy to put it on Spotify because you can use other apps, and like I use this other app, it's called Anchor, which apparently a lot of people use. And when you create it, you send the file to Anchor. Anchor goes, okay, I got it. Give me the info you need, and then Anchor will send it to it sent it to like Spotify, Apple, and Google for me. So technically, the podcast is this one little episode I threw on there is on those 3 apps.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's kind
And
of
then
why
I gave up immediately.
That's kind of why I like Twitch, is because I can just stream on Twitch, and then whatever VODs I have, I can just easily upload them to YouTube, because you have that option to do so. And I'm like, cool.
I see the image. I see the thumbnail of the image.
Oh, number 5.
What image?
Wait, what's that folder say?
What is
Image,
it? What does it say?
0520,
0520. What's that?
right next to
this?
Exanim.
Oh, it's the chat thing.
What the
Yeah.
It's just been mewing.
Wow.
Vaughn, you forgot to send me a simpler version of it. I can't upload it yet.
You can... Fine.
You said you would.
No, I didn't! I didn't say shit.
You did. You're like you're
didn't.
gonna have to wait a bit for me to do that. And I was like, okay.
Swear to God. I didn't
I
say
almost
shit.
I got slightly annoyed and almost called you the Shinji name.
Oh my God. You heard it here, folks. CJ's about to say several slurs on my stream again.
No.
I think Men in Black are real.
I think Men in Black
we haven't,
are also
yeah,
real.
we haven't
Anything is
touched
possible.
We haven't touched the tier list yet. So today's episode I'd like to finish
Okay.
before we get going again.
Okay.
Yeah.
No distracted topics. Stay on
Yeah,
focus.
past this, yeah. Because I don't know what my schedule. Because I'm this Saturday. So you guys, you guys are both there doing the charity stuff. Fawn's hosting it Saturday because that's the day I'm moving back home to go to my dad's house. And past this point, I don't know what I can do for like. I don't know what my stream schedule can be. I'm gonna talk to my dad. I'm gonna set up like a, hey, don't bother me during these hours. Sort of like I want to be streaming.
I did that with
Yeah.
I did that with my sister, and she does not pay attention to the stuff with my schedule. She's like, I don't care that you're streaming. Can you watch my kid? I'm like, yeah, sure. He can be in here while I stream. It's fine.
my dad will do stuff like that, so I want to like talk to him and be like, hey. To be fair though, he does work till like, and I also realize I'm gonna have to do some early streams because like my dad works from
home.
No, he works from like 7 in the morning to like not 7, sorry. He works from like 8 to 5, I think are his hours.
Oh, okay.
So like he gets home at like 6:30 because his work's kind of far away, and then usually he like works a little later than 5. So technically, I can do a stream from like I can do a stream from like 2 to 6. You know, but
Yeah.
which is like completely different hours because I start at 6 usually, and then I can do some later streams, but that's the time when my dad would want to hang out with me, and I'd have to be like, nope, you don't talk to me for 5 hours. Or like, if you want to talk, it has to be like very mild. But I have to be honest with him and be like, yeah, this is giving me mild income right now. Let's not ruin this.
Yeah.
I was gonna turn to him and be like, hey, can I run a 100-foot Ethernet cord in my room this time? Because before, when I used to live there, I just ran off my computer off Wi-Fi, and I partially refused to do that again.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be like, hey, father. Can I run well, I don't know, it shouldn't be a big deal. I'm just gonna be like, look, can I just, because you can buy like a 100-foot Ethernet cord for like, honestly, like $20, like $20-$30. So I'm just like, look, can I just get a really long cord and just run it to my room? I'll just like tape it to the ceiling, and well, you know, because it's like out of the way.
Wait, can't you just? Never mind. I was gonna say, can't you just have it in your room to make it easier for everybody?
No, so we didn't. Our house didn't have. Our house is really old. Didn't have internet lines in it.
Oh.
So it's the line is connected to the hookup for the lines in the basement, and it connects to the router, which is in the living room, which is right above the basement area where it got installed.
Oh.
And yeah. Plus, it runs the Wi-Fi, and my room's in the attic, so having the Wi-Fi router in the attic is just gonna kind of like screw the Wi. It's gonna give me good Wi-Fi, but it's gonna fuck over like my dad and like everything in the basement and stuff.
Yeah.
And his room's in the basement, so it would just like he wouldn't be able to do shit down there. So no, the living room makes sense, but I'm just gonna be like, hey man, I just want to like just duct tape a long cord to the ceiling. Because basically it would be like from the computer, it was just in the edge of the living room. I would have the cord go around a door frame that's right beside it, through the wall, and then up the stairs.
Nice.
Well, you know, as long as it like if I kept the thing on the floor, my dad would 100% not allow it. But if I'm just like, yeah, it's just gonna be taped to the ceiling, I think he'll be like, sure. I think, you know, as long as I install it.
Yeah.
But when I get there, I gotta do measurements. I gotta be like,
yeah,
see
true.
how much footage of Ethernet I need. Anyway, so we've done this. We kept Marilyn Monroe, and we kept Princess Diana. We kept ghosts. We thought you may want to talk about that. We kept werewolves, aliens.
Yay, werewolves!
This is Skinwalker, and Wendigo. I think this is the Wendigo. This is Skinwalker. I think. Hello, Dee.
Hello.
Good eating a popsicle. What flavor popsicle? And you will be judged harshly if it's not the best flavor.
If it's grape, I'm leaving.
I like orange.
If it's grape, I riot.
I like orange and cream popsicles. I think those are cool.
Do you mean like what?
Orange.
Do you mean orange cream?
Orange and
Or
cream.
like a creamsicle?
Oh, like orange creamsicle?
Yes.
I
just say orange and cream. I just say orange and cream.
You said I like orange, and then you did pause or cream.
Well, because you guys were talking. Because you guys were
You
talking.
said orange or cream, and I'm just like, what the fuck is a cream flavored popsicle? Isn't that just fucking ice cream?
Wrong cream.
No, I said,
Orange, lol. It's hard to see the color through the wrapping.
I said orange and cream.
Dee, what the fuck does that mean? Orange, lol. It's hard to see the color through the wrapping. You're not supposed to eat the wrapper. It's not the shell.
I mean, they're not wrong, because sometimes the wrapping is like pure solid, like a white wrapper, and it's like a 50-50 chance if you're actually gonna get the flavor you want. So I understand. I get you.
Oh yeah, I'm just
like you can tell if it's purple because it's darker, but everything else is like 50-50.
Do you like your Pringles with the shell, or do you like the Pringles cream?
What the fuck?
You know, Pringles, the chip.
Cream?
Do you like the rind or the cream?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Do you like if you're eating a Pringle, what's sponges left? No.
What the fuck are you talking about? What?
I realized that because y'all are on fucking like streamer mode, you probably didn't hear.
I saw.
Leave the call.
No, we saw. Yeah, we saw you leave. I was like, what's happening?
I'm fucking done.
Fawn's heard me say this multiple times.
With various different things.
Yeah, but it's usually Pringles, because that's where I got the joke from. I said it to Apple. He got mad at me.
I got so confused. I was like, what? There's no cream with Pringle chips.
Yeah, there is. It's the middle. Do you like the cream of the Pringle or the rind?
That doesn't make sense.
Do you like living in pain or dying?
Do you like? But no, it's a basic question. You know, what's your favorite part of the Pringle?
DJ, this is the question that
chip?
directly affects your future. All right. Would you rather live in continuous pain or die?
I
Well,
would prefer
that
to
depends.
die.
That-
I would prefer
depends
to
on,
die.
like-
I,
Well,
Because
I,
I'm prepared to offer you either future, but you don't get a third option.
Well, see, I asked my question first. So you have to answer me first.
okay, for your question, for a Pringle, I would enjoy the chip. The
Yeah, but what part? The rind or the cream?
Yeah, I go
What
for
would you
the-
mean
the
by
rind, definitely.
I'm gonna go for my fist in
Right.
your ass.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go for like just putting the chip in my mouth and eating it.
But that's all of it. Do you prefer the rind or the cream?
I prefer.
What do you mean
where
by
we talk
cream?
about Men in Black.
Potato
You
chip
can
and
you
eat
can
it.
easily just say the cream or the rind and just get the conversation over with. But everyone just likes to yell at me.
I don't
Because
know,
you fucking deserve it.
because I don't know what you mean by that. I'm like,
Can we-
but there is no
Can we
cream.
just kick CJ from this?
There's
this
no
whole
cream
thing?
involved with Pringles.
Literally, you know, I want you to know, this whole time, this whole 6-7 episode bit, I've been making sure to run the tier list on my stream and not send you guys any of the info, specifically so I can ask this one question and you can't kick me.
Wow.
I've just been
Wow.
playing the long game.
All right, chat. We're gonna go back to playing Monster Hunter.
Uh,
Why don't you play a good Monster
do you
Hunter?
guys want to watch
why
some
don't
Rogue
you-
Trader? Let's do that. We're gonna go play some Warhammer. Let's go.
Alright, I'm going
Hey.
to sleep.
All right, good night,
That's
Lizzie.
later.
Okay, we're ending the stream
night,
now.
guys.
Goodbye, guys. It's over.
Wow, I
It's-
killed the franchise really quickly.
It's go Jover, guys. It's
My
good Jover.
God.
You leave.
It's
and I
Jover,
check.
I'm
I'm
buying.
blocked by everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got that joke from, honestly. I got it from like
I feel like it's
I-
a sex joke. I feel like it's a.
it's not. It was a I think it was a Ted Nevison or like JSOT joke that I saw years ago. I think. But yeah, I just like asking people it, and then I asked Apple, he got actually mad
I got so
It's sort of like-
confused.
I can
Yelling.
see why.
because he started yelling, and he's like, "A Pringle!" And I'm like, he's like, "Do you mean an Oreo, you fucking idiot?" And I'm like, "No, a Pringle." And I sent him a picture of Pringles the chip, and I'm like, "What's your favorite part?" And he's like, "Where the fuck's the cream?" I started like getting mad.
I got so
Maybe that
confused.
was an apple. Maybe that was an apple. There's someone I sent that to.
What
and
do
he
you
was
mean
like,
by
That
cream?
sounds like something that Apple would do. That
Is he-
sounds.
Cedral,
absolutely
what do
like-
you think the cream is? What do you think the cream is, Cedral? Explain it to me. Where
it's
is
either
the cream?
You know it or you don't. you know?
Cedral, where is the
It's
cream?
like a Twinkie.
Where's
You
the
know
cream,
where
Cedro?
cream is.
CJ, do you prefer the rind of the Pringles in your ass or in your throat?
I'm more of a
Where's the
creamy
cream?
Pringle guy myself, but
Where's the cream? Where is it? Point it out to me.
it's like in a Twinkie. You know, here wait. Okay, so
Oh God.
I
Um,
can't fucking do this anymore. I can't fucking do this. I can't do it anymore.
Where's the cream?
here. So here's a
Yeah.
Pringle, right?
I'm gonna fucking
right.
lose it.
The cream's right there, can you see?
Yeah. So you see the cream and the rind is there. So
You mean the
what's your
fucking
favorite part of the
seasoning?
Pringle? No, that's the seasoning. That's a whole separate part.
I
of the
swear to
Pringle.
God, I'm gonna. Okay, now I see why Apple
'Cause-
got
'cause-
mad. I
'cause-
feel like I
'cause-
should
'cause-
kick your ass. I feel like-
Original Pringles have cream and rind, and salt and vinegar have cream rind and salt and vinegar flavoring, of course. You know, so the seasoning
Can't.
is separate. It's an extra component.
What?
I remember someone yelled at me.
Oh my
It was
God.
so funny.
You
'Cause someone
fucking
yelled at me,
asshole. You're such an
then
asshole.
someone-
I know what you're. Okay, now I know what you're saying. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay, but
Someone got mad at me, and then they started yelling at me. And this wasn't Apple. This was someone else who
Mm-hmm.
had dropped this joke on. And they said, "Do you mean a fucking Oreo?" And they started yelling at me and sending me pictures of Oreos. And I'm like, "No,
didn't
and I
you
kept
say
sending
Apple said that?
I may have, but that line specifically was someone else." I've had a
Sure,
couple
sure,
people
sure.
get mad at me over this. It's kind of all blended together over the past like 3 years.
No, I was like, did Pringles ever come out with like Pringle dipping sauce and stuff? Is that what you mean by cream? And I was like thinking about it. I was like,
No, because that's a dip. You see, the cream and the rind are together.
oh, you're this type of person. You're this type of person.
that's a dip. That's a separate thing. You know what I mean? If I make nachos with Pringles,
Fine,
you know,
I prefer
nachos
cream.
and the rotten and cream are there.
I prefer creamy Pringles. There you go. Smooth.
There we go. See, this is what it always boils down to.
And
I
now
have this conversation with someone, and either they rage so hard they leave the call, or they eventually just say one or the other, and then end the conversation. Those are the only two outcomes you can possibly have.
You're like, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
That's all I wanted. And to be fair, do I know what I'm talking about either?
This is the
No,
reason
no.
I stick around. You're so easy to fuck with. Fuck you, Happy. Always happy to have you. Thank you.
Happy,
Appreciate it.
is your favorite part of the Pringle the cream or the rind?
CJ, shut the fuck up.
You seem
Shut
like
up.
you seem like a
CJ, shut your
I'm
fucking
gonna go.
face.
I'm gonna go make
Shut
some
the fuck
food.
up.
I'm gonna make some
CJ,
food.
no,
like a-
CJ, you're done. CJ, stop.
I'm gonna go make some
seem-
food.
Shut the fuck up.
If I just end stream, it's because of
Shut
bad
up.
connection. It's just bad connection if I end stream. It's fine.
You
Don't
seem
think
like
about
a
it.
rind man to me, Happy.
No, he's definitely a cream man.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna fucking.
He's definitely a cream man.
I never like I always say this as like a really dumb joke, and then so many people get like either joking mad or actually mad, and I never get it. Like I say the stupidest thing possible and watches everyone's brain fucking explode.
Can you look at look at the can. Look at the can here, right? Look at this, right?
Okay.
You see the old Pringles can, right? And you see the new one?
Yeah, I prefer the old one.
Yeah, so I'm telling you this right now. The reason that in the new one he's bald is you. You're the reason that he's balding
He went.
with shit like this.
I think. See, I think he wasn't. I think he was eating too much of the Pringles rind, and I think that caused him
CJ?
to bald.
I don't know. I don't
I
know
will get on
why
a fucking plane.
we still haven't done one.
Moving, you don't know where I live anymore.
We did not even do one conspiracy.
I will
But on
camp
another
outside
note,
your mom's house.
on another note,
Pringles in S tier.
I don't get why companies rebrand and they changed like the mascot logo to something that's so bland and lifeless and boring. I don't get it.
That's
Oh,
true. Well,
I like
it's
the
whole
other
thing with, like,
I like the original
It's the thing with
design. It's very unique.
minimalization.
Minimalization makes
minimalize
things
something.
worse.
Yeah, or is that the term minimalization?
Yeah, they did that with
Or
Cracker Barrel, don't they?
simplification and stuff.
They did it
Yeah,
with Cracker
I
Barrel,
really
right?
like. Sometimes it looks good, but and I get like one thing that I thought was really cool is Doritos. Right, Doritos did a thing where they made the bags they made the Cool Ranch and the Nacho bags blank, so it was just red and blue bags, like red and blue, like the tin bags. But like you knew what it was. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, that works. Like you know it's like that's Nacho, that's Cool Ranch, Doritos. You know, which is kind of smart and fun. And same with like Pepsi. Like if you see Pepsi's logo,
Yeah, you know it's Pepsi.
you know it's Pepsi, yeah, and stuff like that. Like I think minimalization is kind of fun like that, but I think when it's like a logo,
I mean, if it's
sometimes
a
it looks okay. Other times it just like ruins the personality.
yeah, I like it.
Firefox was like that, wasn't it?
Oh, God, not
Well,
this shit
it's
again.
like the J Schlatt bit. Firefox.
Ugh,
Firefox.
I use Firefox and I get shit for it because I use Firefox.
I used Opera and I had a buddy yell at me. He's like, the Chinese government's stealing your data through Opera, and I'm like,
Do you
Like,
like
you-
the cream of the Doritos or like the corners?
I like the cream personally. I'm a creamy Doritos guy,
No,
but I hear a lot of some people really like the rind.
I hear what you're saying. I gotta disagree. The corners are much better.
You
I'm gonna
mean the
chuck my fucking
coarseness?
headphones across the fucking room.
The coarseness of it, you know, the satisfying when you sink your teeth in the
My-
first bite.
My favorite food ever though is
Great
the
sensation.
2002 Shrek Twinkies.
Oh yeah,
No.
wait, did they have like
No,
green creams?
no.
And green
No.
icing.
Oh god, the memes. Oh dude, that would have been so
No.
awesome if they developed those nowadays.
Abe, you haven't taught.
People
you
would
haven't
go
touched your
crazy.
2008 Sonic the Hedgehog limited edition curry.
Sonic Curry, my
No.
beloved. Oh god. Sonic
Have you ever seen
Curry?
the Sonic
No.
Curry?
Ew.
It actually looks
Ugh.
like this.
Wow.
That it looks like one step away from NyQuil chicken.
NyQuil chicken.
I-
Ugh.
One partner I dated, I kept joking about them of like, "Oh, you're sick." let me just make you some NyQuil chicken. And I kept joking with them about that. They're like, no. They would like get for Christmas. It was literally
Can I tell you the feeling that I am feeling right now? I feel like the guy.
This is
I
really
feel
well
like-
drawn.
I feel like the guy in the like toilet stall.
Like
Just
overhearing like the most
No,
weird
no,
the weird conversation, and you're kind of just stuck there listening to this because you're in the bathroom.
no. It's a specific one. CJ's gonna play it. What? No, no.
Oh wait, this is the wrong one.
Just bathroom. Yeah, there it is.
Still haven't talked about the Man in Black.
This one.
What the?
It's so sad.
I
What
love
was
that
that?
your
So the
entire
guy-
recommended feed is just thirst traps. You fucking thirsty
Wow.
motherfucker. It's just hot cosplayers.
Wow.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
look
Yeah.
at it. It's like-
Mm-hmm.
I can defend most of this. Okay. This
Yeah, you
person's
can.
funny. I don't know who this is. I don't know who that is.
You
I don't think I
You're
follow that
not.
person.
You're not making strong of a case for yourself.
Peter Griffin, Sonic.
Sure,
I don't know
sure.
who that is.
Oh, you listen to
Uh,
you watch some funny shit sometimes, but most of it's thirst traps. I see how it is. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's not. Okay, wait. Let me,
I
let
just
me
saw
go to my.
Finster. That tracks for CJ.
Okay, wait. Let me go to my For You
Jacking
page.
it in an adult movie.
Well,
Wow! Wow! Did not help your case at all. Wow!
I can't
Good
believe I turn
job.
on my For You page, and the first thing I see on stream is Ray Johnson saying "jacking in a movie theater."
Wow!
The most like
Arrest him.
ADHD format.
Arrest him.
I don't
Arrest
follow this
him.
person. Can someone
He's
clip
over
that,
here.
please?
He's
I don't know
over
who's
here,
in chat
officer.
right now, but can someone please clip that?
I put a marker for mine at
The
least.
creators of Smiling Friends have said that Frowning Friends from season 1 was
Wait, one
the
sec.
hardest thing they had
Pause. No, pause. Get out
they
of here.
had to do that season.
You-
For starters, when
ah!
everyone's just sitting around the
I hate this app. Well, it's really
I was
stupid
like,
that it's
wait,
not
I
here.
want to know why it was bad for them.
Did you ever watch Smiling Friends?
No, I'm curious
good.
though.
Okay, what's next?
Oh hey,
Jane
Jaden.
Animation.
More ADHD format.
It is a fun show. Season 2 just finished.
Question number 1. Name a villain.
Oh god.
Yeah, shit.
My family wants to reconnect.
It's a lot of
with
this.
sisters.
This is actually what I get. I get a lot of the. I
Since
watch
this
a lot
is
of the
long
Reddit
story,
stuff.
English is not my first language.
I get
Let
some
me-
of this.
You know, you could just like download Reddit and read with your eyes, right?
What? What? Download Reddit and
Um,
read with your eyes.
Okay. Let's.
I read it with my mouth. What do you mean?
Why are these all? Can I just mute these?
What?
Oh my god. What are
Hot.
you doing?
Adventuring,
The deep.
my beloved.
Hot. Okay.
Yeah. See, nothing that weird.
Mhm.
My following isn't like.
The teeth or...
Stolas! Blitz!
Yes, this girl makes a lot of memes.
Stolas and
but, like, not
Blitz!
having it too. Let me go to. Okay, what's on my following?
Yeah, let's go to following. Let's see what following shows.
Soulless.
Cosplayer.
Soulless.
Cosplayer.
No, it says soulless.
Oh, Stolas, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't defend this one. That's fine.
Yes, very.
Cosplayer?
I feel like I
What is
learned
this one?
something. Feel like I learning something.
I
Yes.
don't know what that one is.
Yeah, down.
More thirst trap, but animated. Okay.
That's kind of cool.
Sure. Yeah, the real. I wonder what they were doing.
The Bridget cosplay.
What
You
is?
know, is Zach
Oh, I
Shubert.
follow him
That's
too.
cool.
Yeah, I
he's,
follow
he's
him.
sick.
Yeah, I like
he's
his.
fun.
I like his.
Do you want to hear? Okay, I'm gonna.
He has a nice
completely
butt.
level with. I'm gonna completely level with you. There's times where my TikTok is like a max. It literally is a mess of like thirst traps and like just stuff like people I think are cool and like follow.
No. What? That's your
like most
TikTok?
people.
Really?
But
Wow.
whenever I'm like, man, let's see if there's any cool thirst traps on TikTok. I
Wow.
always get the comedy stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're purposely
I
looking
always
for
do. And then the time when I'm like I haven't seen some like really. I'm like I'll just doom scroll TikTok a little bit, find some stupid funny shit, you know, and I'm just like chilling. It's always the thirst traps, and I can never like right now. Like with people, it's all the thirst traps.
You're complaining that when you don't purposely look for thirst traps, nothing but thirst traps. When you actually actively look for thirst traps, nothing comes up. That's what you're complaining about.
Yes.
He's like, life isn't fair.
Yeah, that is very true.
God,
Life isn't
I
fair.
kind of want to get TikTok again.
Whoa, CJ.
I don't. I'm actually not on TikTok.
Oh,
much,
wow.
To be honest.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Oh, there's the Disney dude who like does the. You ever seen these videos?
Well,
No.
That one's normal.
I've seen a few.
Animation. This is a really cool cosplay. I like this Fizz cosplayer. They've done like a couple. I don't know. Snoop Dogg. I guess I forgot I followed him.
Hey, it's Snoop Lion.
It's fine. It's fine. It's hot Skeletor. That's cool. Yeah.
Just like silently judging Sigils.
It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, I can agree
I
that
think
they're all
it's-
attractive.
I think it's good taste.
True.
He does have good taste, yes.
I think I've told this to people, but like I have on my Instagram, like my saves are all like it's the same thing where it's like there's a lot of like memes that I think are really stupid and funny, and then a lot of like thirst trap hot cosplayers. But it's pretty balanced because there's a lot of different types of thirst traps on there. So you know, it's pretty
Different
wide variety
types.
of things.
Damn,
Yeah,
I
you
feel
got-
like
you
I
got-
feel like I'm lacking on the henty side of things because all I get is like comedy and animation stuff, and they're not even really pervy. They're just jokes. I don't know. Like I don't even. I feel like I'm failing in some kind of way.
I feel like I'm in the opposite because on my Twitter, on my Twitter I followed I think one or two cosplayers I really like not for even like thirst trap reasons, but for like actual like I think these cosplayers are sick. But because I followed one or two, it literally caused like half my For You page is VTuber stuff, and I use my Twitter for VTube stuff.
Yeah.
Half is VTube stuff which I want to see, and then the other half is just thirst traps now because it just started sending me a bunch of other cosplay stuff, and I'm not liking it. I'm not interacting with it. But it just has been like, and I try to interact with a lot more of the VTuber stuff, and it still just keeps sending it. And I'm just like, God damn it.
You're like, stop trying to direct me onto the porn side. I'm a very devout little, I'm a very devout Christian boy. I am celibate.
Yeah, definitely so. Definitely. Uh-huh.
He's keeping his virtue. Bad TikTok. Bad TikTok trying to corrupt his poor mind.
Yeah, my TikTok, my Instagram though, it's like a lot of different variety of stuff.
And
the
TikTok
saves?
is trying to prevent him from becoming a wizard.
Well, it doesn't. Well, actually, I feel like it's not helping because I'm just watching TikTok instead of actually going and talking to women. So it's actually pushing me further into being a wizard.
I guess that's fair, yeah.
Oh, the music stopped.
So Men in Black.
I think they're real.
I think I need to be visited by them before I become a wizard. Before I become too powerful of a wizard. They won't be able to stop me once I reach level 40 wizard. Wait, Reaver, you're like you're a witch.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just because you're like a female wizard?
But
in like the sense of like
abort mission. They're trying me out. Abort.
if you know what the term means, right?
I'm just saying.
Yes, I know what the
The-
term means.
the-
Hello, I love
the-
fantasy. Jesus Christ.
I'm
no,
just
no,
saying
no,
the
wizard
witches
isn't
that
like-
I know in real life are definitely nowhere near wizards for various reasons.
But
There is a there is a coven out here that very interesting. Anyways, we're moving on.
Anyway, no, the joke of wizard is Fawn, you understand it more. You can explain it.
It's more of a, to my understanding, it's more of like a Japanese joke. But basically, the joke of being a wizard is, if you are a virgin, like until you're 30 years old or something like that, like when you
Wait, didn't they make a manga
turn
of
30,
that?
you become a wizard.
They made a yaoi of that.
Yeah,
There's
being a wizard
There's
being
a
wizard
joke about
basically
it in
means, like-
interspecies reviewers. There's a whole joke about it.
Well,
I think I'm back.
I'm
What
also
did I miss?
reading. I'm also currently reading a manga called Cherry Magic. Was it? Hold on.
No, various reasons. Not restraining orders, Cash. No.
Restraining orders.
Gosh, what are you talking about?
So,
It says
because
it's
I
called-
said that they're definitely not wizards for various reasons, and Cash was like various reasons, like restraining orders. I was
Oh
like,
my-
no.
It's called
No.
For those of you curious, it's called Cherry Magic. 30 years of virginity can make you a wizard? ? Exclamation point. By
yeah,
you
that makes sense.
Toyota. By you Toyota.
Yeah, so in like a wizard is a term used in like essentially the incel community of like if you hit level 30 and you haven't like touched a woman or had sex, you become what's called a wizard.
Oh, this was before incels were a thing. This
Yeah,
is
this
the
is-
old
this is-
internet, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was like, when you were talking
And it's
about that, I
actually
was
a
like,
pretty
oh, you read the
common, like,
manga.
joke in Japan in particular too, apparently, because it's like there's a lot of Japanese media that references that actually.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, that was my question to Reaver. I'm like, are you just a female wizard?
Oh, you bitch. Are you calling me a virgin?
That's what
How dare
that's
you?
what the joke was.
Oh, I thought, never mind. I totally did not get that. Fuck you, Sigil.
That's what I was trying to ask. And that's why I'm like, okay, you know what I'm asking you, right?
Uh,
Okay, anyway. The Men in Black. Okay, so look. I think they're real. But at the same time, it's like, what do we think they are? I guess is the question. Like, do you believe, because there's some people who go as far as saying that they're like aliens that are trying to like control us, and there's other people that are just like, it's just a term for like people within like the CIA, FBI that like you'll never see again, or that are like really secretive.
It could be a weird combination of both, but personally, I think it's the latter, that it's a government organization trying to keep everything hush-hush. Wait, now that I think about it, I think there was an incident, I forgot what, Orwell, I think it's called? I don't know, I could be wrong. But the first...
Like Roswell, New Mexico?
Maybe the first ever documented sighting and finding of aliens. Like there was a aircraft that crashed in a field, and this priest was called to the scene, and these like local sheriffs or officers, deputies, like it was a small town, and so they only had like 3 people there, and then like 3 officers there, and the priest was called because the one creature was dead, but the other one was still like you can see its chest moving, and the priest knew that it was still alive, but it didn't look good, so they were like, it's probably gonna die, so we want you to give it its last rites. And so this priest gave this alien creature its last rites before it finally passed. And then before you know it, like, was it I can't remember. I think some government officials like suddenly showed up within an hour. Wait, no, not an hour. Maybe 30 minutes. Like, I don't know the exact time frame, but after a while, like the sheriff's deputies and all of them, they were like, "Oh my God, we actually discovered something alien and new. Oh my God, this is discovery of the century." And then government agents suddenly showed up on scene and started telling everyone like to be quiet, don't say anything, we know where you live, and stuff like that. And they confiscated. So I was going to say restrict. They confiscated all the evidence, that like any of the pictures that the police took, anything at all. They tried to at least restrict all the evidence as they could. And the priest. Well, I guess he's a pastor. The pastor went back to his family, and he basically told them what he saw. And I think there was one, and like everyone was scared after that. Like, and not because, oh, aliens, they were scared because government officials were like watching them and like threatening them because of they knew what they knew and that they were supposed to keep quiet about it. And like it really affected this one guy. I can't remember what happened, but he got PTSD from it because government officials were like really hounding him about what he knew. And so the pastor just decided to keep quiet and not tell anyone about it. But there was one moment, like a week after the incident, one of the photographers from the scene, he actually had one photo left that the agents did not take, and he gave it to the pastor, and he was like, "Hold on to this," and then he just disappeared, and he never heard of him. He never heard back from him. I think I'm trying to remember what the story was. I listened to it like 2 months ago, so my information could be spotty. But he somehow got his hands on like physical evidence of the photo crash site of holding alien bodies. Like, you know how when you go hunting and you're trying to show the hunting prize, you're holding up the deer and you're holding up the fish to the camera. Like that's what the image was like the officers with the ship in the background. The officers are holding up the dead bodies of the aliens, and he kept that photo and he hid it. Well, he didn't really do a good job because he ended up telling his family, and most of the family kept quiet, but of course you're gonna have that one person who fucking starts telling everybody about that weird photo because some people believed it, most didn't believe that it was real. So I think his youngest son was like going around telling people, and he was saying that he was like saying that it was like he was using it as a gag. You know how when a party gag, there you go. I was like, you know when there's a gathering and you want to show off something, he used the photo and the story behind it as like a party gag for when people come visit and stuff. And then one day a man shows up, and he's like, he befriends the younger son. And so the younger son's, he's like, hey, you know, why don't you come and visit us for dinner and stuff like that. And true to his freaking habit, he's like, he shows this man he just met this photo, and he's like, isn't it crazy? It's like, this is obviously fake, right? And the man's like, oh yes, very interesting. Yeah, this is so crazy. And then the man leaves, right? And then the photo is gone. They can't find it. Obviously the man who was there to visit fucking stole the the last living photo of actual proof that aliens were made human contact in some way. And then later on a journalist found out about the story and thought it was so interesting, because this was like back in the 80s. God, how old was this? It's like, I'm thinking 80s or 90s, but it could have been older than that. I don't know. But this journalist, years later, catches wind of the story, and they're like, oh, I want to dig into this because this is interesting. The first documented, alien sighting. And then they track it down. They track down the youngest son. He tells them the name of the man who allegedly took the photo. And so they went chasing down the stranger man who took it. And they did actually find him. And he's just like a retired janitor. Like he's just this very unassuming man. And the journalist asks him, did you take this photo? And he actually revealed that he used to be a government agent, and that he was he didn't admit that he took the photo, but he did admit that he did used to work for the government as an agent, and he did a lot of very highly restricted and secretive missions where like that involved espionage and stuff like that. So I just found that so fucking interesting. So I do believe there are men in black that are supported by the government to find and cover up evidence of certain things.
Sorry, I spaced out. Can you repeat all that?
No. No, I'm not going to say that again.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I think that, like what you said, was pretty good, and it was an interesting story, and I don't know.
I think plausible. The governments are constantly covering things up. I think, of course, there's going to be like organizations that are run by the government specifically with the sole purpose of like covering up their own shit, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Regardless of what it is.
I think for Men in Black, are we feeling like?
I'm thinking A tier, really.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah. A seems the most like.
Are we going like
why
hot,
A
like,
tier?
this
I'd
high?
say it's S tier. It's like 100% real. Why would
Look,
that
I
be
believe
A
that-
tier?
I believe that the government has a group that's like, what's a way to put it, like.
I'm not
that
saying
does
that
stuff
they're
for
actually
them.
like.
Oh,
they're not
you mean
dressed in, like,
you mean
suits, but,
specific?
like,
Yeah,
you mean
maybe they don't dress the
specifically?
same.
You
and
mean
maybe they're not
specifically for aliens? Is that what you mean?
Because that's the point. Is that's part of it. It's like specifically for aliens, like for international stuff, and stuff like that. Like that, there's like some secret operatives. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, the government was also involved with the Skinwalker Ranch. Like anything really weird and abnormal and supernatural, I feel like the government is involved.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'd put it at like
I think
the top of A.
I think it's S. That's me.
Yeah,
That's
but
me, I
this is also kinda
guess.
like this is also like a meme category.
S is a meme category, or for the one specific one where it's like legitimately like proven. There's like documentation of it. Like it is no longer a myth. It was actually reality.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
see,
we have
'cause
proof
also,
of
like-
goblins.
Yeah, because we know goblins are real, and we do know Mothman is this thick. You know, we have the we've measured the ass cheek indentations he's left on people's windows. Okay, we know.
Yep.
I was there.
I forgot the ranking system. I forgot
Yeah,
the
CJ
ranking system. It's been
CJ
1 week.
used his tongue to measure it. I don't know if that was like the most accurate measurement, but like
From Tate
You
to
ever-
butthole.
You ever eaten a mothball? Just like that.
Oh my
God.
god. Jesus. Yeah, I'm sure you choked on it.
Dude, imagine like it's your you're at a second floor window, right? You go to bed, you wake up, and there's like very clearly like an ass imprint on your like second story window. I would be in such shock. Like I don't think I'd ever
No.
recover.
No.
yeah.
God, that
honestly.
would traumatize me so much. Oh god. Fucking
Especially if it was like this big of an ass. I think that would make it worse.
Jesus. Specifically second window. Second story window.
Like dude, if you're up on a second or third story and there's an imprint of like Nicki Minaj's ass
Oh my
on
god.
the window or something like it, I don't think I'd ever mentally recover.
Jesus.
Now I want to just like basically find some way of doing something like that to you in the middle of the night, so that you just like, I'll just like stick something to your window or whatever, but like because you're tired, you won't even realize, and you'll just be like, fun. Oh my god, you'll never guess what happened.
Okay, so I think those will go there. So I'm trying to see what's
I think
some stuff here. I think we can do quickly.
I think we
okay,
can
I think
we can smash werewolves and ghosts. Interesting.
You would say smash.
Smash.
Interesting choice of words. We can get through werewolves
Yeah.
and ghosts pretty quick.
I'd fuck a ghost werewolf. Wouldn't you guys?
You know, I saw was it
Very
that
CJ coded.
Final Fantasy movie? It was called, oh God, was it Something Children? Is anyone a Final
Advent Children?
Advent? What? What was it
Advent
called?
Children?
Advent Children.
Ad-
Probably.
Advent Children, yeah. It's the Final Fantasy one, right?
Yeah, a lot of people said it sucked,
Yeah,
and I
Advent
watched it, and I was like, what am I watching right now? It's fucking about, in the end, ghosts of aliens saves the people, and I was like, is this why people didn't like it? Because aliens ghost aliens saved people, and then I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, humans believed in ghosts and spirits, so I guess it would make sense for aliens to also have ghosts and spirits. And so I didn't really understand what the hate was for that, but yeah.
Anyways, I personally do very much believe in the the afterlife, specifically in regards to like spirits and shit like that.
Damn, back to the
Yeah,
spoiling.
same.
I see. Be quiet, Happy. Like you were gonna actually watch that movie.
I would say that I'd probably put Ghost in like again in A tier, because it's like it's it's one of those things where it's just like disprovable, very very limited, but also like there's no concrete proof, like concrete proof.
Have you
I
had
believe-
a ghost experience?
I believe
I
ghosts are
have,
real.
yeah.
I have too. Yeah.
Everyone else has fucking better ghost experience than I do. All I got was a stupid locked door that I couldn't open, and that was the extent of my supernatural experience. And I was like, man, everyone else has more interesting stories to tell than me.
I lived in an 120-year-old farmhouse.
120, jeez.
Yep. And the previous owner of the house died in the house.
Oh god,
So
dude, did you hear about that? Did you hear about that mansion where it was a murder house, and then like the murderer's ghost still haunts the house, and I thought that was like, whoa, that's creepy.
Louis Gummy's Mansion. Love that game.
God damn. It's like Fox or Red Fox Mansion or something like that. I could be getting the name wrong, but
I
something.
believe that.
Yeah, I thought that was like really weird. Like they were having supernatural experiences, and they thought it was the victims contacting the homeowners, but it was actually just the fucking murderer himself. That's creepy.
so the thing with like my the house that I lived in growing up, the weirdest part about it was the fact that like at one point I was I don't remember exactly what I was doing, but like I was just chilling, like playing. I think I was playing Minecraft or something, like in the dining room area of our house at the time. And I thought I saw someone walking down the stairs, but like I turned and looked, and there was no one there. And like based on like sound and stuff like that, I didn't hear anyone walking down the stairs, which is why I turned and looked, because I was like, why do I see someone moving, but like I don't hear anything. And it like literally looked like a dude walking down the stairs. I was like really confused. And a couple days later, I just like was reminded about it, and I ended up mentioning it to my mom, and she just like stared at me, and she was like, wait, like and basically described like what she had also seen. It was the exact same thing. Was just she was sitting, not looking at the stairs, just like sitting in the room where the stairs to go upstairs are, and out of the corner of her eye she would see like someone walking down the stairs.
Weird.
And then she would turn and look, and there would be no one there, and it would be consistent. And then the other thing that's really fucked up is that the bedroom that was my room growing up, right,
Yeah.
would always consistently be either the hottest or coldest room in the house. And at first we chalked this up to like, oh well, the insulation is shit, this is an old ass house, right? But then my parents, like when they finally had enough money they went and they got everything like, you know, fixed up, and they did all of the like they fixed all the insulation, they put new siding in, all that sort of stuff. And despite all that, despite all the ventilation being cleared out, despite all this work being done, that room is still consistently either the hottest in the summer or coldest in the winter, like regardless of what you do.
Interesting.
Like they've gone through even the process of like, you know, where they like they basically like block all of the, like they block the door or whatever, and they close everything, and then they like they basically like suck air out of one of the doors, that's like the only open door, and they use like something to basically see, it's like a tool to see like where wind is coming from, so they can see where there's like a hole to outside. They did that, and there was nothing. So for some reason, And oh, sorry, I obviously forgot to mention, my room growing up apparently was the dude's room before he was no longer able to walk up the stairs.
I was about to ask. It probably was the room he died in or something.
It was not the room he died in. It was his bedroom. But because there was an offshoot there was like a really shitty add-on on the main floor that ended up being his second bedroom when he was no longer able to climb the stairs. And apparently, like according to my mom, the way that they found him when he died was that he was at the base of the stairs. So they assumed that he probably, because he was old and senile at the time, they assumed that he either forgot that he couldn't climb stairs and tried to climb the stairs to his old room, which was barricaded off. Like if he got to the top of the stairs, or like if he even got like partway up the stairs, he would have been able to see that like it was not, he was not going to be able to get up there. There was like a gate. And so either he had a heart attack trying to climb the stairs, or like he had a heart attack at the base of the stairs, or like something, because it didn't look like he had fallen down the stairs, but he definitely had a heart attack. Like that was what the autopsy revealed. So just the fact that he like died effectively like on the stairs, and the only time you will ever see someone out of the corner of your eye, like sort of thing, is like on the stairs, basically, is just a man walking down the stairs slowly.
Creepy.
But mine it's something similar. I was at my grandparents' house, and I think there was like, the old lady had lived there, and she'd like fallen down the stairs and like cracked her neck or something. I don't know if that was true or if that was like something to scare me or something. But we had to stay there for a few weeks because there was like construction being done at our house, and I woke up in the middle of the night and there's like this like lady floating above me and like saying "Get out of my house."
Ooh, that's creepy.
I didn't do anything. I went underneath my covers and I'm like, "Go away." I went back to sleep.
Yeah.
That was like the only experience I ever had in that house. So.
Yeah, the thing with the thing that I like that was nice about.
I was like 8 or 9, by the way, so like I wasn't like a little kid at that point.
The thing that was nice about that experience, like with me, like with the like growing up, whenever I talked about it with people, they'd be like, "Oh, like, do you think the ghost was like evil?" And I'm like, "No, it was just a dude." Honestly, if I had to gather anything from it, he was just confused.
You know, here's something funny though.
Yeah, that's probably why I keep seeing him on the stairs and stuff.
Yeah.
He's probably like reliving.
Someone made this point of like in horror movies, always ghosts are like evil and they're like trying to kill you, right? But someone made a point of like, what happens once the ghost kills you and then you are now a ghost? You know what I mean? Like, isn't that kind of awkward? You're just like, hey man,
that wasn't.
what the fuck?
That wasn't cool.
Like
now it's the boss battle.
Who is going to be the
like,
superior ghost?
Because now you're like assuming, you're kind of like stuck in the house with the fucking ghost, and it's just like, damn it.
Oh god. Exactly. Did you hear about that one dude who made a TikTok telling his story about how he has a ghost boyfriend? I'm like, I don't know how that's... Oh, God. He, like, actually went to a psychic. Because, like, there was, like, a ghost in his house. And he, like, went to a psychic. And then the psychic was like, yeah, there's a ghost here. And he's kind of fancies you. And he's like, oh, my God, no way.
Yeah, I have my opinions on stuff like that, but...
The psychic was like, you should put a mirror... put a mirror on the side of your bed and then sleep facing the mirror, and then he said he was gonna contact you tonight, and then he was like, okay, I'm gonna try that. And so he did that. He fell asleep, and then he ended up dreaming about the ghost dude, and he's like, oh my god, I have a ghost boyfriend. And I'm like, I was like, what is happening? How did I end up on this side of TikTok?
Oh, hey, thank you, Dee Dee.
What happened?
Dee Dee gifted Cash a sub.
Yay!
Nice.
And also subbed as well. Hell yeah!
Hey!
Thank you, Dee Dee. That's so sweet.
Honestly, on a side note, while we've been talking, I don't know. My chat's been dead for like an hour.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
on
I
the
mean,
topic of ghosts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
the topic of the last thing that happened is Dee said I love nachos like an hour ago. And after that, it's just been silent.
oh yeah, by the
Amazing.
way, my internet's like being really bad, so if I like suddenly go silent, I might have like disconnected from the call again.
The ghost got him.
oh no.
'Cause my OBS keeps disconnecting. I've
Oh,
started
okay, so
Boss
CJ,
man.
maybe it's
Stream,
not.
like, 5
Maybe it's a update issue that like genuinely is an update issue. I don't know. Because CJ was having some OBS issues the other day, or like not really OBS issues, but kinda.
Well, yeah, that was
Mm.
partially the game was kind of like partially causing it, definitely.
Yeah.
It was actually really interesting. So, like, to keep it very quick, a horror company reached out to me and they were just like, "Hey, would you like to play our new game? Maybe stream it, like, give it a go. We'll give you a free Steam key. It's like a $12 game." And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." It's pretty fun and it seemed decent, but it's kind of unoptimized.
Ah.
So when I run it, it puts my GPU at like 70%.
Oh God.
By itself, and that's on top of just running like, and when you add in like OBS and other stuff, like that gets really high, and then my CPU gets really high, and then I notice my stream starts like not functioning as it should.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Chat stops updating and stuff. Yeah.
because like my computer's getting like not overwhelmed, but definitely like.
You can have chat on your phone, you know. I don't know if chat would be.
Yeah,
like
but
your
it's not
phone
just
would
chat.
be-
It's also Discord reactive starts acting weird, and like
okay.
all of CJ's like notif stuff was being a little bit funky. Like,
Which, to be fair, I do have OBS as like high priority, so it should be prioritizing OBS over the game. Like the game should be struggling, not OBS. But for some reason, it may be an update issue too. I definitely have to update OBS. And then on top of that, that's a good way to put it. I got to update OBS, and then I'm actually going to try playing the game tomorrow, but I'm not going to use my model. I'm just going to use Discord React as like my character.
Oh yeah, that worked.
So
That may work.
taking off all of VTube Studio should ease it up a bit.
Yeah.
And yeah. So yeah. So anyway, Didi also said she's listening to us like a podcast.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, I think. So ghosts, I guess. Like, are we putting? I see. Like, it seems like pretty high. Are we doing like A tier?
I'd
I'd say
higher,
I
like,
mean-
yeah.
Yeah.
How are we gonna put it? Like, up, but like top or like how high up?
I mean,
I'm willing.
It's like a-
a. Sorry, yeah, go for what you were gonna say.
it's more of
Reaper.
like a 50-50 thing because some people believe in it and try to prove it. Sometimes people don't believe in it and try to disprove it. It's kind of like, yeah, well, I don't, wait, do you believe in ghost Lizzie? Yeah? Yeah, you did. What am I saying?
would-
I'm sorry, I forgot. I literally,
Wow.
no, I
I'm
remember,
willing to-
I'm sorry.
I think we should put the ghosts in with the like where you got it right there, maybe before unicorn. Yeah, just because like honestly, like I think that out of all of the things, like stuff that we literally cannot really prove at the moment versus stuff that like maybe we can prove but we don't have the like resources or whatever. I don't know how to describe it, but
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
yeah, stuff that involves humans is very different than stuff that involves extraplanar beings. So yeah, I think that's a good place to put it.
Yeah.
What about
Werewolves.
Yeah, see, I was thinking for this, I think a really easy one is like a lot of werewolves come down to like just believe werewolves were inspired by like people with rabies, which we discuss mildly as like the same as vampires because that's what
Yeah.
vampires believe.
Harry
So-
M with rabies.
Like I feel like putting them really close together makes sense.
I am
In-
in agreement with
In
that.
my heart,
Re-
in my heart,
Reaver's wants S tier.
in my heart, werewolves are S tier.
Reaver just wants big hairy werewolf men. To be real,
They are
That's
real.
my theory.
They are real.
they're real to me.
You just gotta believe.
I'm trying to think what else. What can we do next?
I mean,
So-
if we want to talk about aliens, we just talked about Men in Black.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
I
aliens,
think.
like, how-
Wait, did we like talk amongst ourselves that yes, we actually believe in aliens? Well, I mean,
I absolutely believe. Well, okay. Here's the thing. What type of aliens are we talking? Are we talking about alien life, full stop, or are we talking about
I-
aliens as they are depicted in fiction?
I think aliens in general, like other species besides humans, like what's on Earth. I feel like there are other beings out there besides us that are living, maybe possibly even have a society in a different part of the galaxy, or maybe in a different galaxy altogether. Like, I think the possibility of
Okay.
aliens is very, very high.
I personally choose to believe that aliens are like very much real, because the concept of us being the furthest evolved society in any part of the universe is fucking lonely as shit
It's actually
and so goddamn unlikely.
it's actually pretty
Like,
laughable.
statistically.
Yeah, because
Like-
my dad is actually a very religious man, and there are some Christian documentaries that do actually tackle the concept of other life forms, and the reasoning they use is that it is highly unlikely that planets form that sustain life like ours does. And they said it's highly unlikely for other in other solar systems for planets to align, so that on one planet there's like a golden planet, for that is used. Well, I can't say used. That evolves, sentient life and a society. And I'm like, okay, but we're only in one solar system, and there's millions upon billions upon trillions of stars, and
Yeah.
we have not even left our own solar system. So how
Not
can
to mention the fact that the universe is infinitely expanding at the moment.
and then there's also the
We don't know
concept
how long it's going to continue to expand.
oh god. And then there's also the concept of multiple, like, we're in one galaxy, there's also multiple galaxies out there. So inside
Yep.
those galaxies there's other stars and other planets. So what do you mean that it's unlikely? It is highly it's highly likely. We even went to another fucking solar system and found a Goldilocks planet in case this planet goes to shit. We have another Goldilocks planet that we can go
There's
move
a
to.
couple, actually.
Yeah.
Not
So
to
it's
mention
like,
the fact that we have already recently discovered, like, if you think, okay, so we talk about, like, Mars is an uninhabited planet. It is uninhabited. It does not have any, like, obviously, like, life like our planet does, right?
yeah.
However, they've recently discovered more proof that there is life on Mars. Not intelligent life, but life.
Isn't it like
So
single
if a
celled?
planet, yeah, single-celled organisms
Yeah.
kind of thing,
Mm.
because they found like volcanic material and like frozen. They found ice and shit. Like there's water on Mars.
Huh.
But the fact that they found that on a planet that is not habited like ours is, right? They found stuff like that on a planet that is not in the zone where it would need to be, that does not have the same like resources that our planet does, and there is still life there. You know the sentence, like, life finds a way? Yeah. The infinitesimal, I don't know what the word is. The fact that there are so many fucking like planets and galaxies and stars and whatever the fuck out there in the universe, that it is entirely possible that at the same time as we are talking about this here, there is another intelligent life form on another planet having the same type of conversation.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
Personal belief, are aliens like they look in fiction? Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think that, like, I think that the way that aliens are depicted in fiction is
inaccurate in that I don't think that like, how do I describe this? Humans evolved the way that we did out of necessity, right?
Yeah.
Um, I I don't ever see alien life in like, the way that, like, for example, it's depicted there in so many different like fiction things explained like as, oh hey, like they are this way because of blank. And to be honest with you, half of the time like the design of aliens is not really that like it's not really that efficient, you know? They're either like really big, which if an alien is really big, what is their fucking like what do they eat? What do they consume? How do they survive?
Yeah.
Because if they're really big, they're going to need a lot of nutrients to continue to, survive, right?
Yeah.
And then, or they're like really lanky and shit. And if they're really lanky, like they're physically weak. Why are they suddenly in like so strong? Like.
Ah, dude, that reminds me of this old TV series that I used to watch. I think it was called Haywood or something like that. It was so fucking interesting. You think it's a murder mystery at first, but then it turns very quickly into like a sci-fi action thriller horror shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And it does involve like alien-like creatures. Yeah. To Striker Model says, scientists haven't found a livable exoplanet yet. The reason is how rare our star type is and how specific its distance must be. Odds are non-zero to find one. You cannot fucking say that when we haven't even made it that far out into this. We haven't made it that far out into space. So you can't even say it's non-zero. You can't say that. Because the possibilities like are very fucking large. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so many fucking stars, there's so many fucking galaxies. It doesn't do you know what I mean? Like the possibility of another society alien planet, hell even more advanced than us. Heck, so advanced that they can hop galaxies. You can't say that's an impossibility when there is a large chance that those actually do exist. Odds are non-zero, not odds are non-zero. Oh, non-zero to find what? Oh, you misread it. Oh, sorry. I thought you said not. I thought you said none to zero, not non-zero. God damn it.
Massive rant.
Yeah, it's like the chance of us finding another planet that is exactly like Earth is, yeah, I would say it's slim, but it's not impossible. And that's also assuming that we don't find another planet that is not exactly like Earth, but is still in a state where it can either be slightly altered to be like Earth, or that humans, as adaptable creatures, because we are adaptable creatures, can learn to survive in that environment. For example, people who live in really, really, really high altitude areas of the Earth would theoretically survive on a planet that had a lower oxygen level than most of our Earth does, because at higher altitudes the oxygen is thinner, and so like they've adapted, and their children end up adapting even further to survive and be more efficient with their like oxygen use. So humans are adaptable creatures. Where there is a will, there is a way.
Yeah, Striker Miles said terraforming is possible. We can technically live in the atmosphere of Venus.
With certain... that one's a difficult one, because I don't...
I think I saw some
There is a lot of
Venus
issues with Venus.
So, Venus,
Venus is a rough one.
Venus is a gas giant. There is
that's what I was like.
no
I was like,
ground.
What?
Wait,
Venus
does it have a core?
Venus is not a gas giant. Venus does have a core.
Wait,
I think
so
you're thinking
which
of
one?
the wrong planet.
Wait, doesn't the one that is a gas planet does that one have a core? Is what I'm curious about.
So the gas giants are
Jupiter.
Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Those are the gas giants. Venus is not a gas giant. The issue with Venus, however, is that it has the densest atmosphere of all planets in the galaxy. And it, yeah, so looking at a little bit, it is primarily, its atmosphere is primarily composed of carbon dioxide. And the big issue is the fact that the global cloud cover is just a cloud of sulfuric acid.
Oh shit.
So, and also maybe not exactly the most livable given the fact that the surface temperature is 464 degrees Celsius,
No.
which is 867 Fahrenheit.
Ugh.
Okay, so I was wrong about it being gas giant, but where the thing comes up is that people believe we can live in Venus's atmosphere. We wouldn't live on the planet. We'd live in the atmosphere. There is an area of atmosphere that is like pseudo-habitable. It'd be like, in Star Wars, you ever seen like Cloud City?
Yeah.
It'd be like that, is what people predict. Because
I mean,
what happens is the gas, as you go deeper and deeper, gets denser. So they actually said at a certain point, if you took a person and let's say they had like a heat-proof suit and you dropped them on Venus, like outside the atmosphere, they would just hit a point where they would just float. Because they would get so dense that you yourself would just float on top of the gas.
Yeah.
Depending on your weight. You know what I mean? Like there's just a
Interesting.
point where you would just stay there. But we could put technically buildings.
Yeah,
at a
but you'd
certain
have
level.
to figure out how to make buildings resistant to sulfuric acid.
I think because is it acid rain or is it acid?
It's acid clouds because it's so fucking hot on the planet that the clouds are acid.
At the area we're at, I don't know. I think it avoids that because the layer of atmosphere we'd be at wouldn't be by it, or I don't think we'd interact with them. It's a thing where like, most people think colonizing Mars sounds better, but to colonize Venus has come up multiple times because of that. Because people are like,
But then we would have
you
to.
can put stuff in the atmosphere.
Okay,
My
but that
favorite
means we
thing
have to
about-
develop a technology of having a city on top, and then it's not, as you said, affected by the acid. Like, I don't know. I feel like
Technically, apparently, from what I've heard, we do have the technology. It's just way more expensive. Like,
So
but it is doable supposedly. And supposedly there is a way to get rid of the acid clouds on Venus and sort of terraform it.
oh, okay.
my
I get
favorite
it now.
thing about Venus, my favorite thing about Venus personally as a planet is that Venus is Venus is a dark mirror for the Earth. And the reason I say that is because they're okay. Venus, I'm just gonna read this out from the wiki page because it kind of helps me explain my thoughts a bit better. Venus is one of the two planets in the solar system, with the other being Mercury that has no moons. So one second. Conditions perhaps favorable for life on Venus have been identified at its cloud layers. So that's what CJ is talking about. Perhaps favorable for life. As well, Venus may have had a liquid surface water early in its history with a habitable environment before a runaway greenhouse effect evaporated any water and turned Venus into its present state. There is conspiracy theories to a certain degree out there that Venus was the original Earth, and that basically like Noah's Ark, the story of Noah's Ark and yada 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 was the story of humans fleeing Venus and making it to Earth, and
Well, we talked about
somehow
that before
losing
with the-
access to all of their technology.
No, you
that they
said
had
Mars. Don't
previously.
even shush, Sigil. You said Mars. You didn't say Venus.
No, I'm saying that's what we talked about before with the Adam Eve thing, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, Mars may have been also like Earth, and we just moved here. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
but I mean,
And
when
lots
you
of
really think about
technology.
the state of the Earth and the way that we're already going, the trajectory that we're already going on Earth here, it seems much more plausible for us to end up more like leaning more like Venus, where the greenhouse gases just continue to just get out of hand, and the temperature of the planet continues to increase and increase and increase to a degree where it becomes so dense and so uninhabitable and just chock full of fucking carbon dioxide.
I just think it's funny because like a lot of people are taking I could be wrong, don't get me wrong, but I feel like a lot of people taking like these biblical stories and not actually, I don't know, like, don't get me wrong, like the idea of humans actually living in a different place and then just transferring themselves to another planet, that's very interesting, but I don't know where they're getting the ideas of these biblical stories as using it as a source. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Did you even read the story? It says, like, I mean, if there was actually some story in the Bible that says, hey, maybe we shouldn't pollute or we should take care of our atmosphere and stuff like that, then I'd be like, oh yeah, that I could see how, like, if we could end up like Venus and stuff, or we could end up like Mars or whatever. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't make sense how they can contribute these biblical stories with what happens on these planets. Like, I don't get it.
I'm specifically saying that biblical stories are very frequently used to explain away conspiracy, or to explain conspiracy theories. There's a lot of times where people will be like, oh, well, I have this conspiracy theory here, and this story from the Bible that I'm going to take completely out of context is my proof of blank. I'm just saying that this is a conspiracy theory that does exist, that, like, that there are people out there who were like, yeah, I think that Noah's Ark was the story of humans fleeing Venus because we fucked up the planet. And,
yeah,
you know,
God damn it.
It's...
God damn it. Okay.
What?
I bet you my dad believes that.
Yeah, your dad, like, my girlfriend's dad straight up believes it.
No, I bet you.
Your dad. Okay. I thought you said I told you my dad believes that, and I was like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I believe it so easily.
Yeah.
Jeez. Goodness
Your
gracious.
dad's an interesting character.
Oh, my favorite part of Venus is that it sounds like Pinos. God damn it, Striker. But
yeah, especially if you play Guilty Gear. Especially if you play Guilty Gear.
Oh my.
There's a character who literally, when she does a move, she says Venus, but it sounds like she's saying penis.
Oh my. Additionally, Venus is important because the magnetic field protecting it from solar winds. The dense atmosphere is important for it to work, as we couldn't do floating platforms on Earth because of our thin atmosphere. Mars is difficult for the opposite reason. Solar winds strip away the important elements. Interesting. Yep.
Yeah, I think literally it's kind of ironic because it's literally the exact opposite thing, where it's like Venus has too intense of a fucking atmosphere and Mars has no atmosphere. So it's like 50-50, what do we pick?
Or we
essentially what it boils down to.
Or we could try, checking out other solar systems, but that's going to take forever.
Yeah, like I think I don't even know if like the closest planet outside our solar system that we know of is like easy to get to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even for us to get to like Pluto, if for whatever reason we ever want to visit Pluto, I have no idea. That may take like a couple months just to get to.
Yeah. Did you know that cryostasis is very unlikely? Like is like pretty much fake science at this point, because it's actually really hard to frost someone and then to defrost them and hope they're still alive by the end of it.
Well, I'm not going to get into an opinion that I have on that, but yes, I agree.
Because
like the Walt Disney thing, it's not possible.
I don't know. I can't remember.
That's why we put Walt Disney's Frozen Head in D tier, because we're like, it's literally just it's animators are known for making up shit just because they want to fuck with their, like, the image of their bosses and shit. Like, this is no. Yeah, because was it, I think, Film Theory or Game Theory, whichever the channel it was, Matt Pat, he went over the science behind it, and I was like, oh yeah, now that you point it out, it actually makes sense. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, of course, duh. Yep. But then there are few things in any state that can be frozen and then brought back to life. Yeah, that's why I appreciate science fiction stories that actually take, the science of space travel very seriously. There's this one science
fiction novel that I read. I forgot what it was called, but the ship that they were on was called Godspeed, and they made a plan to go to a habitable planet, but they knew it was going to take like not 5. It was like many generations of people to make it to the planet. So they like made this giant, I can't say it, I guess a world ship, I guess you could say it was. If you're a Warhammer person, you know what a world ship is. Just a very giant ship that's supposed to contain a certain amount of life and like, you know, farming, agriculture, purifying water and purifying air system, stuff like that. And like it's supposed, like it was at first it started off like a very like, you know, a very mixed, diverse group of people. I guess the last remnants of humans. And I didn't really make it that far into the story, let's be honest. I made it like halfway through, but they started out as being like individual, you know, races from all types of the world of Earth and stuff. But over the hundreds of years of being on that ship, they became one how do you say it? Homogenous
Yeah.
group of people where, like, you know, they're all mixed races and stuff, and when they all came out, you know, speaking a totally different language than when they started out from. Like it was a mixture of like Chinese, English, Irish language. It's like a mixture of culture, you know. And like I just found it fascinating, like how over time they knew it was going to take a long time to get there. So yeah, I just found it very fascinating. I was like, wow, that's very realistic. Like, yeah, we're not gonna attempt cryostasis. We're just gonna be like, we're gonna take all these families and people, and we're gonna send them over there. And the next the generation that survives the trip is gonna be the people who are gonna inhabit the planet. I'm like, yeah, that's very realistic.
Yeah, that's that's the thing.
I really hate to do this, but I am like, things are happening on my end right now, and also I'm getting like really hungry. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna like pass my folks over to CJ, and then I will stay I'll stay in call, or I'll come back to call, but I'm gonna stop my stream. Just so I can get this dealt with. Just because like when we start, it's like it's a little bit awkwardly before dinner, and then when we end, it's way past dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't expect us to be done before like 8 p.m. my time, essentially, at this rate. So I'm gonna send my folks over to CJ, and then we can continue. I'll join back in once I am done eating dinner.
That makes
Okay, so before you leave though, look, we've been talking about aliens. Where do you want to put aliens, at least before you before you leave?
I mean, I genuinely think like at least high A tier, like above the Men in Black.
100%. I agree.
Yeah.
Top of A.
Why is the tier list lagging? What the hell?
Too many tiers.
Weird.
It actually is. Like, see?
Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna send you guys over to Sigil now, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the tier list.
Oh, Striker Model actually said some stuff about the JFK assassination.
Thanks for the right fun.
Yeah. Let's sleep.
Oh, thank you.
So.
Don't sleep with the chainsaw.
Oh my.
What?
Don't sleep with the chainsaw.
Yeah, don't sleep with
It's
the
not good for
chainsaw.
you, Apple.
I mean, it's not good.
Yeah,
for
we
me.
can
you
hear
guys-
we can
not
hear the
good for you.
Streamlabs stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I can
you can
hear
hear it?
everything.
I
Yeah.
don't care.
Okay, so Striker Model said if the JFK assassination is here already, there are public access declassified documents from the U.S. government stating they did in fact assassinate him. God fucking damn it. They probably only declassified it because everyone involved probably fucking died in some way.
I'm gonna come!
Also,
Wow, I heard that. Wow, I heard
call back later.
Hello there.
Hello, Sir
I'll
Michelle.
see you later.
How you doing? Yeah, see ya.
80s, I'm gonna come.
Jeez. I
Oh, no,
fucking knew
ATSD.
it. Only because Wendigoon actually did a video on it, and he actually explained the whole situation. I was like, wow, of course the government would fucking do that. And then he did the same for the I was gonna say Michael Jackson. It's not Michael Jackson. God damn it.
Michael
Civil
Jackson's
civil rights leader. Who was he? It's a ML.
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King. Thank you. Martin Luther King Jr.
Did you just confuse Martin Luther King Jr. and Michael Jackson?
Because I was like thinking MJ. I was like, that's not it.
Yeah. MJ, MLK. Yeah.
MLK. That's.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Because I was
Anyways.
about to be like MJ. I'm like Junior isn't his last name. It's important to me that you know that.
No, yeah, I know. Everyone keeps saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's Martin Luther King," and I'm like, Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King was his father. He is the son. He is the second.
Right. Luther King is the middle name.
Luther
Junior's-
King Junior's. But anyways,
Junior's
they
the
also
son.
they actually it's also already public. They actually had court documents stating that there was a shit ton of evidence stating that the U.S. government assassinated Martin Luther King Jr. And I know this because also Wendigoon said that, and plus his Martin Luther King Jr.'s family, like, was it either sued or pressed for a murder investigation to prove it was the government behind it, and the courts ruled in the Luther's favor. So take that as you will.
So like, I don't know. Where to like? I'm trying to think. Okay.
Bruh, I just spit my food everywhere. Come jump scare.
So-
Come jump scare goes hard. I know, right?
So for Princess Diana, I feel like it's pretty realistic that like something happened, but I also like for Marilyn Monroe, I think I feel a little differently. But for Princess Diana, I do feel like
The
Don't you
evidence
know?
that
Don't
points
you-
towards it.
Don't you know about
Like,
Marilyn Monroe? Okay. We can
I
get
don't know a
into it
lot.
later.
But I don't know. I
People
feel like
love
like there's
Diana
something-
more than the royal family at one point.
Yeah.
I feel like
So
there's like some sketchy stuff there, but I also feel like at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if it was just like she was just getting surrounded by paparazzi and then something went wrong.
Okay, I know I'm
Yeah.
like getting my info from a fucking psychic, so it's pretty like not really reliable, but I trust some of the stuff he says, especially when it comes to like celebrity crimes and stuff. But he said he did a reading on Princess Diana and the whole how she died and stuff, and he said that the reason she died was because she was caught between two people who were pretty much fighting over her. Now, to be perfectly honest, I don't know much about Princess Diana's life, so I don't know who it could have been, to be perfectly honest. But that's what he said. He said, like, her dying was the catalyst because two people were, like, fighting and she was caught in the middle of it. And her dying was the result of that, whatever was going on. So they Eiffel Towered her? What does that even mean? What does that mean, Strike?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? But yeah, like I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if the psychic meant that in like someone planned for her to die in that way, or like it was a pre-planned thing, or karma, as in there was so much, like she herself got caught between two people that I don't know, like the negative energy or whatever, like the karma behind it, like caused her death. I don't know, but I just thought it was interesting. It was a little bit more information if you believe in that stuff.
I don't think Queen Liz put like a hit out of her or anything like that.
Like
she did like her, but like
I mean, my
she
sister.
wasn't-
Oh God, I can't remember.
Sorry,
No, you're good. 'Cause I'm trying to remember like her backstory, like the drama with her, and I'm trying to remember. You should probably say it first before before you forget. Were you gonna say something, Livesy?
I already forgot.
Oh God, God damn it. Anyways, so
Sorry, it's like 2 a.m. for me. Let me think. What was I thinking?
Livesy, why is your sleep schedule this way? Anyways,
You guys, well, not much.
he's like, I'm catering to you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I can't remember who told me this. I can't remember if I watched a YouTube video or if it was one of my friends or if it was my sister who told me this, because she's like really into royalty stuff, royalty drama. But someone said that was it before she left the royal family, she was like supposed to marry somebody else. Like she was supposed. I'm trying to remember. Oh no, it wasn't her. It was the prince. The prince she married was actually supposed to marry this other chick was like his girlfriend, and she was like hanging around. Yeah, and then he was like, she was hoping he would marry her, but he ended up marrying Princess Diana instead, and that like pissed her off. So I'm thinking that maybe she got caught between the prince and the ex. I think she's an ex. I don't know if she was a mistress or whatever.
That Camilla?
Camilla?
What do you mean by
Yeah.
Camilla? Camilla's the
the king's current wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Doesn't the king have didn't he get like it's King Charles, right?
I believe so. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So isn't it like it kind of like I'm gonna say like on a just a weird side note, I feel kind of bad for him because it's like not bad, like it's a good thing, but I guess like depends on what. A lot of people joked about this, but it's like his mother lived so long, and at this point he's elderly enough that he's not gonna be king long.
Yeah, I don't
You
think.
know what I mean? Like realistically, like because what
Didn't he?
Wasn't there a
and has cancer.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
thank
he
you,
has
SoCal
cancer and is like 70.
Didn't he?
King.
Isn't it? Didn't I hear like he made some questionable ruling choices? Like he put things in place that are kind of questionable. Dude, did
Like,
you see?
he's been a king for what, like a year?
Hi, SoCal
right?
Sam. Welcome in.
No,
Hello.
Not even.
The
And
emperor's here.
He's 75.
God damn,
And that's
he
what I
old.
mean. It's like he's already 75, and like let's say like best case scenario,
Oh, yeah.
he's king for 15 years.
Wait,
You
so
know what I mean?
who's gonna be the heir?
After it'd be.
Didn't they figure it out, Livesy? Don't you know royal
Yeah.
stuff, you Brit?
Wouldn't it
Prince
be
William.
William, yeah, because it wouldn't be Harry, because Harry's like, well, Harry's the youngest anyway. And
No one likes
Yeah,
Harry.
but it was
No
Prince
one-
William, and then it
Oh,
would be
sorry, is that a mean
Prince
thing to say?
William's oldest son.
Okay, because I don't. Wait, is that why Harry left? Was he was pissing a fit because he wanted to be king or something?
Sniff it.
No, there was like fighting in the family.
Oh, I don't pay attention to royal stuff usually. I only
What's
know
William's
that
son?
Meghan Markle was a bitch, and then the world found out she was a bitch, and I felt vindicated.
George Alexander Louis.
I was like,
Cambridge.
Wait, which one? Meghan Markle's Harry's wife, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, when
Yeah.
I heard their love story, I was like, oh, she's just using him, and she's kind of a bitch,
Yeah,
isn't she? And then,
she literally is.
yeah, but then everyone was
George
acting like I
Alexander
was
Lewis of
crazy.
Cambridge.
Everyone was acting like
Jesus
I was
Christ.
crazy, and that their love story was really fucking great. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's obviously just using him. And then,
I said
and then,
100%.
and then the world found out that she's kind of a narcissistic bitch. And I was like, thank you. I feel vindicated. I was right all along.
I don't know. I don't have enough of the story on either end. I haven't paid it much enough attention. But it also sounds like Harry being like, yeah, I'm kind of done with parts of my family. I feel like isn't crazy either. Like it's not. I don't know.
I mean, I don't like. He
There-
has
there-
every
there's
right
these
to feel
people-
that way. I'm just saying I don't
there's
like
these
Meghan
people
Markle.
that are like, no, I think that's fair. I think that's 100% fair. But I just mean like, there's these people that are like held on a pedestal for like their entire lives. Like the second they're born, they're
Yeah.
told that they're like really important.
Mhm.
I'm like, I do understand that some of them, especially later in life, when they have like all this like
Yeah, that was some. That was
influence
some
and
of
stuff,
the.
they would probably eventually have at least a bit of egos or be kind of
Yeah,
thinking they can get away with a lot.
yeah.
That's what caused a lot of the drama because obviously Princess Diana wasn't from royalty. She was quite like
Oh yeah,
not lowborn, but normal.
yeah.
Yeah, and she was like, she seemed like really sick.
So she put William and Harry in like a normal school rather than like private tutoring, which is like revolutionary.
Yeah,
to say the least.
she was the people's princess.
Yeah.
She was, yeah.
I'm gonna say the fact that like Prince 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 William, his kid is named, so his firstborn son is technically Prince George Alexander Lewis of Cambridge. If that guy went to public school, he would get bullied so much. Like, I have no other way to put it, but like, with that
Would you
name,
really?
if you go to public school, you're getting bullied. Like, I'm
Would
not
you,
like,
I was gonna say, would
like,
you actually
you're getting
bully a person from a noble house? Would you, or of
Yeah,
the royal
maybe,
family? Would you?
well, they don't have any actual influence, and they don't even get a lot of money.
I mean,
Like-
yeah, but was it do people normally know that? Like, I feel like people know that probably now, but like back then, like status
Even
was a
if-
thing. Oh my God, my
Even if
nephew's
you-
so bald. Come here, Bubba. Can I rub your head for luck? Oh, you're here.
Even if you took out,
Is it a
even if you took out Prince,
Yeah, he got
and
it.
of
He got
King- and
He got a
oh.
haircut. He's bald now.
Even if you took out Prince and like of Cambridge, the fact that the guy's name is George Alexander Lewis or Louis is still like a pretty bullyable name. I'm not gonna lie.
You're not wrong. We support the royal bloodline. Don't come after me. Don't come after me. MI16.
I just remember when Diana died, there was like so many flowers outside the royal palace.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah,
So,
because she
wait,
was well loved.
I have a genuine question of like, how are people? Because I know there's like some people in the UK that are like, I don't know. Well, I don't know what the term would be like royalty elitists.
Royalty.
Like they talk about the royal family and like you can't talk bad about the royal family.
You mean like
and,
like
they're
fanboys?
they are royalty, they're god. Like
Oh Jesus.
to a degree, but they treat them like
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 there
like,
are
what
noble
is,
status.
I used to watch Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Right? And
Same.
didn't Christopher Eccleston get in a lot of shit because he said some shit about the Queen, and is now like kind of got like annexed, and like didn't his acting career go down because he said shit about the Queen?
Christopher Eccleston?
Eccleston.
Like wasn't
Yeah,
that
he-
what happened?
He played.
can you
He
look-
played.
Look it up.
Oh, yeah, I got a picture of him up.
He played the Doctor for one season, which he was always supposed to do. That was the whole like point. And he's been in other stuff, a good bit of other stuff. But I heard he got in a lot of trouble because he said some stuff about the Queen.
I mean, he does have the tism, which is like confirmed.
Wait, that's,
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, he
think
did- he
that's
does have it.
Christopher Eccleston.
he's a good actor. I liked him.
Who's Christopher Eccleston? Show me his mug.
There's a video where he's walking through a park. It's like, this park's an absolute shit.
Wait, who's
Who's he
that?
like now? I haven't seen him in a while.
Him?
He hasn't aged terribly.
Wow, him?
was-
I'm surprised.
He was
With his weak ass jawline. I'm not surprised.
he was
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I am surprised. Like, I actually thought he was fairly
Even-
handsome as the Doctor. That's surprising.
even though he was only in like one season, I know some people are still like, yeah, he was like the best Doctor ever.
He had a lot more to
And-
give in that role, I think. I know he doesn't like being typecast and stuff.
I get why, and I get it when he was just like, he was good. He was good. My favorite's still David Tennant, but like, I'm a big
Oh,
David Tennant fan, also from like other stuff. Like I like him as an actor from I liked him in also Jessica Jones and Star Wars. He voices the robot, and then he's in DuckTales. He voices Scrooge.
Oh my. He definitely has a
Um,
catalog.
Oh, and then Good Omens.
He was in that?
David Tennant?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were
Yeah,
talking about him.
he's-
I thought you were talking about Chris
Oh,
Eccleston.
no,
I was like, he was in there.
David Tennant. He's literally, it's literally
He's the demon dude, yeah.
It's literally Crowley, yeah. Doctor for 5 years, and then came back to do a little more. Jessica Jones. I know there's like that Broadchurch show that apparently people say is really good. I've never checked out. I don't know. I like him. He's like one of my favorite actors.
Yeah. I really want to watch David Tennant, Chris Eccleston, and who's the actor who plays Damon on House of Dragons? Is it
I never watched House of Dragons.
God damn it! You guys are the.
Oh, are you talking about like the guy who was the doctor after? Are you talking about Matt Smith?
I believe so. If you.
Because he was also in House of Dragons.
Yeah, that guy. I want to
Yeah.
see. I want to see their portrayal of the Doctors. I want to see that.
Matt Smith and David Tennant were the Doctors together in a movie.
Oh, really? Interesting.
There's a movie called
there was a
Day of the-
special.
Day of the Doctor, yeah, and it was him, and then John Hurt shows up.
Was it the 50th anniversary?
50th. Yeah.
Wait, what did Chris Eccleston say about the Queen that got him annexed?
Oh, it was so good. They teased the next Doctor in that.
I was talking with Cash about it recently, who's also British, and I said like, I watched up
British.
to about like most of Peter Capaldi's run, and then I just kind of like stopped. I would like to finish Peter Capaldi's because I did like the writing. I know is like kind of mixed for him, but I did like him as the Doctor. I thought he was a good Doctor, like a genuinely solid.
The writing's bad, but he carries it so hard. It's like it makes it good.
I think that my favorite line of him is where he's in the. It was like I think maybe the second season with him. I think he was still with Clara. It was him in the fucking. He was in the what do you call it? He's in like the Dalek. It's like the bottom of a Dalek, and he's like, anyone for Dodgems? I love the, like a lot of the speeches he would give to like the fucking camera. Like even in the early episodes when he's talking about like, what if there was a creature that like, you could never see, and he would do like these big. I don't know if you remember in his early episodes, sometimes he'd do like these big speeches to the camera where he would like it'd go around the TARDIS, and he would be talking about like.
Yeah, I know.
Some, like scientific theory.
Yeah.
Honk. Yeah, and they were like really good, and I'm like, no other Doctor really did this. Well, at least not the last couple.
Have you
know
seen?
What I mean? Like him just talking to the camera, saying about these really smart stuff.
Have you seen?
He really likes Doctor Who as well.
Oh, there's a big picture. It's he used to run the Doctor Who fan club. Peter Capaldi. And
he went to the very first Comic-Con in London in like the 60s.
I think he's one of those people that like
he's a massive nerd. Yeah,
he deserved to be the Doctor. I think. Where's the picture? Yeah, here it is. Here it is. This is really young Peter Capaldi.
Oh, that's
hanging
cute.
out with John Pertwee. Peter Capaldi. John Pertwee was the third Doctor, for reference.
Wow.
For anyone who doesn't know, so he was the Doctor in. God, it used to have the year. I used to have the years memorized of all the Doctors. I swear to God, but.
Are you enjoying the recent Doctor Who?
60s, 70s? I haven't checked it out. I haven't even seen any of Jodie Whittaker's, but I heard the writing was like horrendous.
Have you seen the recent
So-
one?
I did watch a few Jodie's. I didn't. Some bits were alright, but it was like
I've heard she's okay, but I've heard the writing is so abysmal for parts of hers. I haven't been able to like.
I don't.
I want to watch the new. I want to
It
see the new David
takes you
Tennant
out of it.
ones. I want to watch those so badly, like the new 4 David Tennant specials. Sounds so good, and I keep avoiding them. Sorry, Reaver.
It's just
Are you okay?
No, no. It's just I've heard things. Like I don't watch Doctor Who, but I do pay attention to like film drama, content creators, and they were making a lot of content out of Jodie Whittaker and the recent one, and the specials, David Tennant specials, and I was like, oh, I was like, ooh, but
like about like the writing in it, or like
did
like
they
what parts are they like talking about?
Oh, they're talking about every episode. they're talking about every episode and the writing and stuff.
I've
Now,
heard the
I
ending
haven't-
of the David Tennant one is bad, but I've heard I've been spoiled to the ending of the David Tennant one, which I think was really stupid. But like the bi-generation or whatever the fuck they called it, I think is really dumb.
Yeah.
I don't like it. You know what I think they should have done, honestly, and this would have been so much better writing. Reaver, you're not gonna understand this. During David Tennant's run, he made a half-human version of himself that he sent off to another universe to live with Rose Tyler, right?
Yeah.
Why not? Because David Tennant has actually aged. Why not just have that half Doctor show up and do a couple episodes with him?
Cedral,
You know what
that
I mean?
requires having a brain and being
like
creative.
he aged normally. Like, why not just have him come back? Because it's still the Doctor.
That
he
requires
just ages and
that
lives like a human.
That requires actually caring about the lore, you know. And
you know what I mean? Like, just have the Doctor get captured or something, or just have like this version has to save the new Doctor or something, or it's something like that. You know what I mean? Like, you can do 1,000 things.
I'm not gonna
but,
spoil
just
it.
Have him show up.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But I saw the finale to the most recent season of The Doctor, and the finale was like, "Are you fucking serious?" Like, I'm not gonna.
What's the actor's name? Like of the new one or like of the David Tennant
I think it's like Nutali or something. I think that's his name. Wait,
he's already on list as the worst Doctor, which makes me worried.
It's because I don't think it's his fault. I think it's because the directors did not direct him properly. Because you can't blame an actor for most of the stuff. I think he's a good actor. The problem is that the story writers and the directors, like, I feel like they didn't direct him properly, and I feel like they gave him very bad written scripts and storylines to work with. But that's just my opinion on it. I don't think he's a bad actor. However,
Can I get confirmation on if the David Tennant specials were good or not? Because I'm debating on watching those, and I know it's Russell T. Is it Russell T. Davies? Is that his name? Who wrote those?
Yeah, isn't he?
Because there was like Russell T. Davies who did like a lot of the David Tennant stuff, and then there was who was the other guy? The guy who wrote like a lot of Matt Smiths, who eventually like
the names on tip of my tongue.
Because there's Russell T. Davies, and there's like the other guy who did a lot of Matt Smith, and he like.
Oh, we got Google right here. Let's just use it.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I was gonna say like he was okay, and then he did part of Moffat. Yeah, Moffat.
Yeah, Moffat. David Moffat.
David Moffat, because he started good with like a lot of David Tennant stuff, and then like or not David Tennant, Matt Smith. Like he did Matt Smith really well, and he did the beginning of Peter Capaldi well, but then he sort of
he started off strong and then
like went off the rails.
Yeah,
that
apparently that's the curse of David Moffat, because apparently that's a thing he does where he starts off strong and then loses the plot like kind of halfway through, and it's like, God damn it, Moffat. If I feel like they need to have like they need to pin a fucking co-writer to him so that once he starts losing steam, someone can come along and like finish the rest. You know what I mean?
Who wrote the episode where he's like stuck in the maze?
Bubba's, why are you giving this to me?
What Doctor?
What's it? Peter.
Oh.
He's stuck inside. He's stuck inside the thing, the watch or whatever it is. It's for like billions of years.
Oh yeah, that was actually a sick episode. I'm not gonna lie. It was like brutal. It was really good.
That's probably like the top 5 episodes of the entire like series. But then like
Peter
he's
stuck in the maze and he keeps
Doctor Who. I mean,
it.
Yeah,
he keeps repeating it over and over and over.
But
again,
then the episode right after that is like the worst, one of the worst ones. It's like the writing was all over the place.
Because that's when he gets out and then like saves Clara and makes it so that she like lives eternally.
Yeah, this absolute gem. Then like the next episode was dog doo doo.
I actually also enjoyed. It's not like peak, and especially because they hadn't figured out the character. Like the first appearance of every Doctor, like the first episode, a lot of them take a little bit to figure out the Doctor's character. So in hindsight, the first episode sometimes a little weird.
Yeah.
Like, I like David Tennant, but his first episode wasn't great, especially because he was asleep for most of it.
Yeah,
and then when he shows up, he
the
kills
Christmas
someone.
special. I remember watching it as a kid on TV.
And then he shows up, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm a doctor that like doesn't give second chances," and he kills the dude. And I'm just like watching David Tennant later, and like the next 5 seasons, I'm just like, or 4 seasons, 3 seasons,
4.
Because I know he was there for 5 years, because they were gonna end him a little early, and then they gave him like 5 more episodes or something.
Yeah, it was like 4 seasons and like a few special stuff to like round off. Everything.
Yeah, because one of the seasons has like 19 episodes, 19 1-hour episodes, and I'm like, that's insane. Out of the specials though, I have heard that the first one's good for the David Tennant ones, like the one with Neil Patrick Harris. I'm kind of want to watch that one. because I like Neil Patrick Harris as well. Listen, I don't run a Doctor Who fan Instagram page for. Oh, Fawn, I actually didn't know you were a fan of Doctor Who. To be honest, Fawn's in chat.
Did Fawn enjoy
honestly, I thought-
the more recent Doctor Who? I don't know
I
if
don't
they
think Fawn's
if they saw
watched it.
the more recent episode that recently came out. I'm pretty sure it has everyone pissed though,
I feel like
because of how stupid it is. Like I think it's like probably the worst episode.
I refuse to watch past Capaldi. Did you finish Capaldi though? I didn't watch half. See, that's when I fell off too. And to be fair, I liked Capaldi. I just had grinded the show from Eccleston to Capaldi, and at that point, I'd kind of just like phased out. You know, as you do any show. At a certain point, you're just like, okay, you know, I need a break from it. And as I said, I genuinely do want to finish Capaldi's run. I like Capaldi. I wasn't a big fan of Billy though. Was that her name? The companion?
Yeah, believe so.
Because it was like there was
Billy or Millie, right? Something like that.
yeah, I know for Capaldi it gets bad in the end, and that's why I'm kind of like, and then I have no interest of watching Jodie Whittaker right along with you. Like the only episode I'm slightly interested in watching is the one where Captain Jack comes back, and that's just because I really like Captain Jack.
Yeah, I heard that Captain Jack was a good character.
You ever watch any Torchwood?
I haven't watched any Torchwood. I've heard some of those are good too, and I should check it out.
Wait, is Torchwood a spin-off?
Yep.
What?
Reva, I'm
Yeah.
gonna blow your mind. Torchwood is an anagram for Doctor Who.
If you take all the letters in Torchwood and mix them around, it spells
Wait,
Doctor
what?
Who.
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Torchwood.
All
Oh,
the-
I
all-
get it. God damn it. That's funny. That's cute. I like
I
that
like
they did that.
I like
The
Captain
first-
Jack, and I'm what's the actor's name?
The first two seasons of that were like a lot of hit and miss, but the specials were really good, and especially like the Children of Earth. I think that's
Oh
what
yeah,
it's called.
John. Yeah, I fucking
Yeah, that was dark as fuck.
as a person also I love.
Capaldi's
I
in
love-
that as well.
I don't think this is the same dude. No, yeah, because for a minute I'm like,
I was like, he's got
I'm
really
like,
old,
that's
really
him.
fast.
Yeah. I'm like, there's no way that's him now.
Damn, he got a strong chin.
I really like John Barrowman. I just think like I liked him in Arrow too. Not Arrow, I guess. I watched The Flash, so I'd see him in that sometimes. John Barrowman's sick though. I loved him. He does a lot of fun stuff, and he's like, he's gone to a couple Comic Cons I've been to, and you know, like everyone at a Comic Con will like sit behind their table. I was walking around, and John Barrowman was the only one who like would stand in front of his table, and then like talk to people. Like he just stood there the whole time, like literally like right beside you, if you got something signed by him. And then I saw he finished his line, and we were like, it was near the end of the day, and I heard some people talking to him, and he long story short, he gave a guy like a piggyback, right? I know, like a circle or something. He's a really chill dude, and like I always hear like great things about him, like just as a person. So like I like seeing him and stuff. It makes me happy. You know. And then I also did like really like him in Doctor Who. Like I like the odd bit of Torchwood I'd see. One sec. Fawn is like begging me to look at something.
It's really dark, like, because like the timeline, the episodes of like this really dark episode of Torchwood happens right afterwards. It's like when the Doctor's he's going around meeting all the people that he's met before he dies. You know when he meets Jack in like the bar. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So that was like right after all this dark stuff happened, and Jack's like contemplating life and stuff. Not like he could die anyway. Spoilers.
Wait, did he? Wait, sorry, Fawn's saying something. He slapped his ass. Oh, that's what happened. John Barrowman slapped Prince Harry's ass. That's what this picture is here.
Oh my god.
Like they give like a high five and then they. Wait, is there a video? Prince Harry and John Barrowman both do a mutual high five ass slap combo. Like, that's hilarious. Wait, I do keep seeing stuff like this where it's like, where did I see that though? Where did it all go wrong for John Barrowman? Oh, trouble. Oh, this looks like a. Wait, Daily Mail. That's a normal website, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of ads
I was gonna say there was like a controversy, I guess, where he was like in a changing room where he was like jokingly flashing people.
I want to point out that if I'm talking about an actor and I think they're really cool and I like them, assume I don't know about whatever controversy they've done.
Yeah.
Like 90%, I don't look up enough stuff. You know what I mean?
I guess it makes sense because it's more like on the local news for me.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like foreign actors. There's some where it's like I think they're really cool, and then later I hear I'm like, oh.
I think he's bounced back though. I think he's like he's still doing charity and TikTok and all this stuff. John.
That's good. Has David Tennant done anything super sketchy? I always hear good things. Has he done anything super weird? I hear good things about him, and I like
Except
him.
for the fact that he was involved in a shitty episode of Doctor Who. No, I don't. Well, I don't. Think
and
so.
I like because I always hear like David Tennant do a lot of like trans activist stuff. He had this one shirt, and the controversy I heard about him, some people got mad because he had this shirt that basically said like,
you have to go through me or something.
Trans people. What was this shirt say? It said something like trans folks should get pushed down the stairs or something like that.
Oh my!
It was like a really stupid. It was like a silly, stupid shirt, and everyone's like, "Weo, what the fuck?" And he's like, "I support it." He's like, "I agree with what it says." Like,
because he had one where it's like, "You'll have to get through me first," and the text is like the trans colors.
Yeah, well, because David Tennant has a transgender kid, so he's very like trans support, which I'm like, I think that's cool. I think that's like that's a pretty pog dad move. Not gonna lie. I don't know. I think like, oh, you have a trans kid. You know, he's not transphobic. Instead, he's like really supporting them. I think that's sweet. I think that's nice. I do also hear, other than him sometimes being an asshole, I do hear a lot of good things about what's his name, Damon Albarn. I hear, other than sometimes being like bit egotistical, I hear he's pretty chill and he does a lot of charity stuff. Lead singer of Blur and Gorillaz. I like the Gorillaz quite a bit.
I'm not used to seeing them in like real life. I'm expected to look at the like cartoon.
Oh, did you? Oh, of like 2D. Yeah. Well, he's the lead singer. I can't play the song, but he's the lead singer.
No, don't put that in my bed. It's crumbly.
He's the lead singer of like Blur, right? And like at least a lot of people know like song 2. You know. Wee-hoo. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I watched someone do a video talking about him, and they said like, yeah, he's pretty chill. Other than like the one interview where he's kind of an asshole. Other than that, like, there's a lot of chill stuff on him.
My nephew keeps peeking behind the edge of my door, and then I keep looking at him, and he's like, "Ee!"
Yeah, I liked.
But yeah, Princess Diana.
Where were we? Oh yeah, where were we?
We've just been ranting about fucking Doctor Who for like half an hour. Princess Diana. When it comes to the assassination, I think like.
Well, I wouldn't say it was assassination. Wait, do some people believe that? Shh, Bubba.
I'm a little on the fence. I think.
Yeah, people do think like the royal family had her killed for being like for disrespecting them and stuff,
Hey.
and making them look bad.
I think that'd be pretty.
I think I lean to more what you said about the paparazzi, like probably like chasing her in the car, and it probably caused the crash that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what's just believed to happen, right? Where it's like the paparazzi was chasing her, and then their driver made a bad move and just kind of crashed. Because I feel like if it was an if someone had planned something, I feel like it'd be way more like not done this way. You know what I mean? Not like this big car crash where like tons of people are outside. And
Yeah,
watching,
like especially the paparazzi. Like, I think
because I do believe like after the divorce, she was getting harassed quite a bit by them. So it wouldn't surprise me if just
unless they're making us think that way. Maybe that's what they want us to think.
I don't know. I feel like
now now I'm getting all like conspiracy there. I was like, that's what they want you to think. That yeah, they didn't assassinate them, but maybe they did.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I would put this like
I like how you said yeah, no.
I don't know. In my opinion, I would put like high C, low B. Honestly, that's where I'm feeling on this one.
Yeah, I just thought it was
it feels like it's tragedy, but I don't think.
Yeah, there's a hint of mystery behind it, so I'm fine with anything. I just thought it was interesting, and people still talk about it today.
I'm gonna level with you. I believe the Sonic the Hedgehog thing over her getting assassinated.
Wow.
Or like there being a conspiracy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Ew. Why'd you give me that? Ew. I think it's totally plausible that it was an accident. Like, yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying like it has some mystery to it. So,
I'd agree with that. Oh my God. Okay, I did this thing a couple days ago where I went on.
I got a nice freeze frame.
I googled some really good. I just googled like what are some really good. What do you call it? I just googled like what are some really good conspiracy theory documentaries to watch.
Oh,
I said like conspiracy theory or like stuff like that. I'm like those are always fun.
Give me 1 second. Another term you would be they turned her into London Bridge. If you get my meaning, that's terrible. That's terrible, stranger. Why would you say?
As London Bridge is falling down, I
I
don't get the term.
I guess I just know how she dies, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. But anyways, go on. You said to recommend conspiracy documentaries.
I did, and man, I got some of the craziest because I was just like, oh, what are some fun like? I don't know. I like watching documentaries on like. I like watching like cheesy YouTube videos or like documentaries on like creepiest places on Earth or like.
I mean, there's
just really weird events, you know. And I like went to go look at some, and I went on Reddit. Big mistake. And like all the comments were like, "You should watch this." After this, I totally believe that 9/11 was an inside job, and I'm just okay, I think I'm out of. I was looking for like Bigfoot, dude. Like I'm out of here.
Jesus, I actually maybe at some point need to delve into that because I'm like, where the fuck is this conspiracy theory even coming from? Because I don't know. I want to understand, but anyway, like
what 9/11?
No, that why people think it was an inside job. I'm like, what? Where's this conspiracy coming from?
Do you ever see the meme where it's
I just thought it was a funny joke. They keep saying it's an inside job. I just imagine the planes flying from inside the planes out.
Oh my!
Well, it's always that joke line where it's like jet fuel doesn't melt steel beam and stuff like that.
What? And so it's just kind of a stupid theory. Okay.
How was it?
So
for the documentaries, I would suggest Skinwalker Ranch. I think you can find
the show.
Was it a show? Like, yeah, it's like a docu-series called Skinwalker Ranch. I forgot where you find it, but interesting enough, I actually know someone's dad who's actually featured in the documentary. And he occasionally comes to the apartment and we talk and stuff. But yeah, he's like actually featured as one of the scientist people who researched on Skinwalker Ranch and stuff.
Imagine see there's been a second bus.
Sorry, I like this meme. British.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
The second.
Jet fuel can't melt steel beams, Jesus.
Yeah, that and like dumb stuff like that gets brought up a lot. But like, I don't know. I'm gonna avoid those because that gets into like some deep like.
Now, this other documentary isn't a conspiracy documentary, but it is actually really good. It's a really good true to life documentary. You should watch The Raft. I thought that was fucking. It's so good. You should watch it. Or I would actually recommend you watch Wendigoon's video on it. But if you want to watch the documentary yourself, The Raft.
For some of these documentaries, I would DM the titles to me because I will.
Oh.
I will 100% forget if I'm the level. I'm just bad at remembering stuff.
Honestly,
Or names of stuff.
I think Wendigoon makes it more entertaining. Honestly, but.
Crap. I just realized my dad texted me and he's like, "Hey, can I call?" The problem is, my dad calls, we talk for an hour.
Oh wow.
Well, it's because we talk like once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So usually the conversations. It's actually funny. If
I
my
said
mom's
documents.
Calling, if my mother's calling, because me and my mom talk enough, I can usually be like, okay, it's only gonna be like a 10-minute combo. Because I don't usually have to fill her in on much. If it's my dad calling, I'm like, this is like our talk for the week and a half. So usually and then we end up like we both ramble, so it ends up being like, it usually ends up being like accidentally half an hour combo. So
I mean, if you want, we could just end it here now. Then.
Yeah, we only have like.
Yeah, okay.
6
I think
left.
that's fair. We can do one more.
Yeah.
But I don't know if next Tuesday's gonna work. So the next one may be like a little in the air, and it may have to be a different day. Like I don't know what I'm gonna be like Tuesday.
We'll figure it out. Like once you get your schedule sorted, we'll figure out a date then.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a weird. I'm not excited about that conversation.
Oh my
treasure. I just gotta turn to my dad and be like, "Hey, there's times where like I'm gonna stream and like don't talk to me." Or like not don't talk to me, but I'm like, I'm gonna be a little like, I'm gonna kind of ignore you.
Yeah, you're gonna be in the zone.
It's not that I don't love you.
Like I'm gonna be like treat this as me legitimately being busy. You know what I mean? But the problem is though is that like he gets home at 6:30. I usually start streaming at 6:30. So it's kind of like I either got to do later streams or I got to do early streams before he gets home from work, or something like that. You know what I mean?
He'll come in and be like, "Oh, hello, how are you?" Like, and you're like, "I'm streaming right now. Go away."
Well, yeah, and I'm okay if we like talk a little, but like,
yeah,
I don't want him to like. There's times where like, I don't know how to put it. Like we'll we'll be eating dinner, and to start with, we usually eat because he gets home late. We usually have dinner ready by like 6:30, and then he's like, "Why don't we watch something?" And you want to watch like an hour or two of something. So that would cause me to start streaming at like 9.
Yeah.
Like 9 p.m. and I'm like, I can't do that.
Don't get me wrong. When I talk to my younger sister, like we talk for hours. Like I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna talk to her for a little bit. We talk for hours. So
see,
yeah.
we do the same thing, and that's the problem of like. But also like I have to hold myself to a ballpark schedule because I hate not having one. You know, like it actually pisses me off. Not like I'm not mad at him, but I'm mad at myself because I like streaming and I like keeping a consistent schedule for it. So the plan is like, yeah, I may do like, I'm definitely gonna have to do like some earlier in the day streams, as well, which I know you can't. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yeah. Okay. Did I take a picture? And yeah, we've been rambling a lot about random stuff, so I think I'll just end here.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, is there one theory we can get through like super quick?
I don't know. These all seem, well, apart from Marilyn Monroe, I guess.
Marilyn Monroe seems like slightly longer one. I know you want to talk about that. I want to cut you off there.
I was gonna
People?
jump up. I was gonna like, how dare you? It is only a short conversation of Marilyn Monroe.
This is you. This is
Oh yeah,
It's
that is
related to-
that Milt is actually a really long the milk I was gonna say controversy. The milk conspiracy is actually very
Conspiracy.
long. It's not as simple as you would think.
Yeah, and then Wendigo, Skinwalker, and Jersey Devil are all like we don't. I feel like I'd have to look up a little bit about just to like
I like how
reiterate some things in my mind.
I like how we already kind of talked about these theories already, but we're just kind of like rehashing it because we didn't.
Yeah, because isn't Marilyn Monroe related to JFK? Like,
She was related to JFK. Wait, yeah, wasn't.
not physically, but like her death was like.
Oh yeah,
because
because I don't know if they had like an affair, but wasn't she also with like the younger brother or something?
maybe.
My mom said she was assassinated as well. Like there's a theory that she made they say she died of natural causes or an overdose, but most people say otherwise because she was too involved with the the Kennedys. But we can say that for but yeah, and they said I guess we can get rid of Marilyn Monroe real quick, but I don't know if Fawn wants to talk about it too. But basically, like, her involvement with the Kennedys, and then she suddenly ends up dead. I can't remember where they found her. I guess I'm assuming a hotel room. Found her dead in a hotel room, and the angle of the pictures are only showing one side of her body. It's not even the full side of her body. And then if you actually look closer at the pictures, you can see like dark bruising around her neck. But you can tell that the angles of the photos are trying really hard to like not show you the dark markings, but they're just very visible. And so people believe that she was strangled to death and that they were trying to hide the fact that she was strangled to death. Now, people are speculating it might have been either an assassination because she knew too much, or it was she had an affair with one of the Kennedy brothers, and during a night of passion, like, he ended up killing her during the act. And yeah, so it's like I think it's not crazy to assume that she died because of her involvement with the Kennedys. I think that is very, very obvious that she died because of her involvement in the Kennedys somehow. But how she died and why she died specifically, I think that's going to be left up as a mystery until like someone who actually, was involved in that incident, like, comes out and spills all about it. But yeah, like, I feel like she definitely got involved with the Kennedys, and it resulted in an unfortunate end for her in some way, shape, or form. But I think she was assassinated.
That's fair. Yeah, that I feel like we can discuss that more next time.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna like. I think yeah, I think I'll are you guys good to close it here?
Yeah.
Is there
Yes.
anyone we want to raid? We can.
I don't know if I have done it right now.
I mean,
Oh, these are just random.
let me get
Okay,
that
it's
last
my-
piece
it's in
in,
my
please.
following.
Do you mean okay, so Shecker Model says if she was tied to JFK or his brother, we can 100% say she's on the same tier as them. She's got a huge social influence. No matter what, she was a threat to them, a thread that needed to be cut because of her pull on the people. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess she could be seen as a threat because whatever she says about the Kennedys would have been like taken at face value because everyone loved her because she was a very influential person. So yeah, I guess I could see that.
Makes sense. Sorry. Yeah, I have
Thank you. You're welcome.
a couple people to rate, I guess. There's well, we'll just I'll just raid Reaver.
Oh my.
Then it's her problem.
Oh god.
And then I leave. No, what are you playing? Fallen Aces. This person I rated yesterday, they were chill. I don't know. Do you have anyone like to raid Reaver on your own?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me open my Twitch app. God damn, Twitch is always.
There's a way you could build your quick actions and stuff. You can put right in OBS, eh?
We can we can raid Sigil. I'm just kidding. We can raid
No.
we can raid a Daze. It's DHAZE DXZ. Yeah, it should be that first one. Scarlet
What are they
Nexus.
playing?
Scarlet Nexus. Yeah, Daze.
Yeah, sure. In person.
Yay! Wait, hold on. Oh god. Do I have anything pulled? Okay, I don't even have Twitch pulled up. I don't even have it pulled up, so we can't. Hold on. We're gonna do like a group raid, I think. I know how to tab.
Yeah, no rush. I'm just gonna wait for the. I'll wait before I click the right now button. Anyway, sorry guys. Sorry, it's kind of out of it today. But yeah. I love you all. Thank you for being here. There will be a stream tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, because I did not plan my this week's. There will be streams almost all week, except for Saturday on my end, where Fawn will run the charity event. And yeah, that's about it. I love you all. Thank you all for being here. Are you good to raid Reaver?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were gonna raid me and then we're gonna raid, but never mind. Okay, let me pull it.
Oh, should I? Oh,
No, we can all just
both going to raid down.
We can just all just mass raid them.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold it. Okay, it gave me a weird warning thing, but all right. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you to Sigil, Fawn, and LiveZebra talking about so many different stuff with me. I really appreciate it.
I just raided.
Oh, okay. Well, I
had 1 second left.
God damn it. Okay, I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye.
Stop streaming.